Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's Movie Blog. I am the Critic who is Zenik. How is everybody doing this evening? We are back. We are back at it. How is everybody doing? Let me get the chat up. Ooh, we had some people here early. What's up, peeps? I'm already behind. Hound 2000 says, doing this every day, Odin? Probably not doing it tomorrow. I have plans tomorrow evening, so if I were going to do it tomorrow, it would be late, and I wouldn't be able to go too late because me and my friends are doing cabbage ball every Saturday morning, so tomorrow will probably be a day off for me. But you know, whenever I say that, it's not always true. Let's see, Jake M says, here before it even starts. What's up, Odin? What's up, Jake? CWD says, damn, so early that it's early. Darskipio says, Ren 1 standing by. Yes. Be please, hello, hello, be please. CWD says, Blue 1 standing by. Goof cussed ready to launch. Heather says, oh yeah, just saw the quartering. He had identified his attacker. I saw that, yeah. So I saw his video, and it looks like they did identify the person. I know that he said that he called the cops, so hopefully justice is served in that case because the whole situation is just disgusting. Heather says, and I feel sad that your live stream crashed with reviews for you. Oh, clashed. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I don't... I have, like, no control over it, unfortunately. Let's see, Tina says, hey everyone, I hope you all have a good day. Valkyrie 2 standing by for Odin, and I've been working on trivia questions for the last few hours for when he does trivia nights. Yes, so we'll probably try and do that either Saturday or Sunday of this week. We'll try and do, if not then definitely beginning of next week, we'll do our first movie trivia night, and we'll be giving away a prize. So yeah, it's going to be very exciting. Mex says, hello, meat bags. Yes, Mex. Tina says, I can hear them very clearly, and I'm always happy when others tell me I captured them. Jake M says, Marvel's Cloak and Dagger is on and Odin streaming live. Tonight's going to be good. I hope it is good, and I hope you enjoy it. Great to have you back, Jake M. Tina says, oh dear, is anyone else getting an ad? Yeah, I got one too, actually, as I was opening it up. I mean, I guess that's what happens with monetization. But yeah, I'm sorry that you had to watch an ad. Dave Bob says, hello, Dave Bob, how are you? Tina says, evening. Stephanie B says, hey-oh, what's up, my Valkyrie? Welcome back to the chat. Always great to have you both here. Dave Bob says, he'll do it. What will I do? What will I do? Tina says, reading everyone's comments on my iPhone. Again, can't find a way to work it out, but I go for it. I'm sorry to hear that, Tina. I really wish I could help you out. I wish I could troubleshoot that with you. Unfortunately, I don't have a Chromebook, so I really can't, I really don't know much about them as far as how to, like, you know, work with them, but yeah, I'm still glad that you're here, Tina, so I'm glad that you've been working through it. Darskipio says, hello, Tina, hello, Stephanie, Tina, and Odin, hello, Darskipio. Vincent Vader checking in. What is up, Vincent Vader? How is it going? We got 15 people in here. It's going to be a good night so far. And I'm already caught up with the chat. Who would have thunk it? Yeah, I've been getting a lot of feedback, everybody, on the video I made, my theory video, and everyone's like, no, that can't work because of Yoda, etc. And it's like, it's a theory. It's not meant to be foolproof. I mean, I wasn't saying this is the only way. I wasn't saying this is the only way that they could save Luke. There's obviously plenty of different theories, plenty of different ways that they could save Luke Skywalker's character. To me, that one's just really cool. And I feel like there's ways that you can explain away any of the discrepancies. Like the biggest criticism I got was, yeah, but that doesn't explain Yoda. It's like, well, it does, as long as you explain that Yoda showing up was just a figment of his imagination, since he is a rogue clone who is essentially going insane. So you could explain that quite a bit. That's just my own take on it, though. Greta says, hello, everyone. Hello, Greta. Welcome back to the chat. Hello. Super says, oh my gosh, notifications went out. What's up, everybody? Super, yes. So I put this event, I think the thing is, sometimes you have to schedule the events in advance for them to work, I guess, because I see that usually when I schedule the events, more notifications go out than not. So maybe that's something I'll have to start doing in the future, is trying to schedule them more in advance instead of just trying to jump on live. You know, maybe I'll try and do that instead. Greta says, it looks a lot darker today. I noticed that too. I know I did a video earlier today, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to go ahead and open up my camera app. I'm going to go ahead and play with the settings because I don't like how dark I look. Does not look good. Let's see. Preferences. This is where I go. General. No. That's not what I want. Where is it? Webcam controller? Is that it? No, that's not it. I have to go through the actual app itself. Where is it? Hold on, I have to go to my settings of my 920. Properties. I think that'll do it. Ooh, there I am. All right, let's try and see if we can get this. Lost, what's up, Lost? Thank you. Yeah, I mean, again, it was just a fun theory. Like, it was not meant to be like, this is the only way that this is the I mean, I understand that there are plenty of ways that they can make it work. And also, I think that everyone will agree that anything is better than what we have now. So let's see, right light. Okay, let's turn it off there. And let's go white balance. There's orange again. Exposure. Let's see. That looks okay. That looks okay. And that's too orange. Perfect. Split the balance. There it is. How does that look, Greta? Does that look better? Let me know. Let me know if that looks better. Looks better from my end, so hopefully it looks better for you too, you guys too. Let's see. Let's get back to the chat. NJE103 Egg. Hello, everyone. Hello, Egg. Welcome back to the chat. Lost Soldier says, I am number 10. Hola, peeps. What's up, Lost Soldier? Yes, so guys, Lost Soldier, I saw you got my email, so I sent out all the Blu-rays today. So the only one I need to do next is for Mechs. So Mechs, my blank Blu-rays will be coming in tomorrow, so I'll make your copy and I'll try and get it out by Saturday. But for everyone in the continental United States, you should be getting it by August 8th. For anyone that's a little bit further away, for example, Laura, who lives a little bit further away, I think hers is coming in like the 13th. And then I have someone who is like Hawaii, and theirs is coming in like the 22nd, I think. So they are coming out though, guys. Lit AF Bob Pompiani. Hey fam, what is up, Pompiani? Welcome back. Welcome back. Lost says, love the theory video today, bro. Well, thank you, Lost. I appreciate that. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people. I feel like it was more positive than negative in the response, but I definitely feel like a lot of people were just trying to poke holes, and it's like, that's fun. Like, as long, like, most people were doing very respectfully, which I'm totally okay with, because obviously, you know, I did not flesh it out completely, because I was not trying to write my own screenplay for the movie, which, you know, when someone writes a full story, you want to make sure that it's fleshed out and doesn't have any holes in it. But I did think it was interesting just how many people had their own opinion on it. Dave Bob says, have you seen the new Terminator shot with Linda Hamilton and the girl power team? Damn. Yeah, Dave, I did, and I almost made a video on it, but I decided that the 2 videos I did today were going to be more than enough. My algorithm's been really messed up lately, and I don't know what the hell is going on with YouTube these days. But yeah, I mean, for me, the biggest problem I had was with the article that talked about saying, clearly female is the future. I was like, oh, stop. Like, can't we just make strong female characters and just not have to say, oh, look, they're female? Really? Really, I don't have eyes. I can't tell that for myself. I can't hear the name Linda Hamilton and everyone else in the cast and not know that it's a strong female cast. I mean, like, seriously, just make good characters. That's all I care about. That's what most people care about at this point. Papiana says, I don't like how dark I look. Odin is self-hating. Confirmed. I don't like when I'm dark. I don't like it. I like when there's light shining off my shiny forehead. That's what I really like. Pompiani, that's okay, man. I knew you were joking. I always appreciate it now. Johnny Five says, Alex Jones is a national treasure. You turn the freaking frogs gay. You're right, Johnny Five, though. He is a national treasure. That is a fact. Sebastian Nocturne, what's up, Sebastian? Evening, All Father and Valkyries. What's up, Sebastian? How's it going, man? Yes, Lost Soldier, say hello to the Valkyries. They are always amazing. CWD says, turns out everyone is a clone. Ooh, twist, plot twist, CWD. What if everyone is a clone? Oh, man. That could be interesting. No, everyone is a clone, and then the super real twist is that it was all a dream. It was all a Force dream. So Luke had a Force dream from Supreme Leader Snoke, because he's very powerful with the Force. Turns out to be maybe Darth Plagueis or something like that. Could be really cool. And then you find out he had a dream that everyone was super powerful. Or rather, Rey was super powerful with the Force. But then it turns out every person in his dream was a clone. And not only were they all clones, but it was all a dream. Yes. That is the story that we all want, for sure. Dave Bob says, a lot brighter. Looks good, says Greta. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Johnny 5 says, your theory of Luke was great. It reminds me of the EU with Luke Skywalker, Luke's evil clone grown from his severed arm. Exactly. Like, I think that there's just so many cool things that they could do that could also help to explain some of the major plot inconsistencies and character inconsistencies as well. Because there are still some people who just deny the fact that, oh no, Luke's character was fine. It's like, no, it wasn't. It doesn't make any sense. If you were to watch Return of the Jedi back to back with Force Awakens, you would say, why is he acting like this? It makes no sense. There must have been something really dark and deep that happened. But then they show you the flashbacks of everything that happened in The Last Jedi, and you think to yourself, really? That's it? That makes no sense. How did he get to this point? Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Lost says, the clone theory really would make this sequel trilogy forgivable. Dare I even say tolerable? I agree. There are a lot of theories out there that I think could really work. I mean, you could even do some kind of teleportation thing. The problem with this teleportation issue is that it doesn't then explain why he was acting like that beforehand. So I like it because it keeps Luke alive, but it still doesn't explain or justify why or how he changed over that time period, because what we have so far is just not enough. So that's the reason why I wanted, like, as soon as we started talking in the chat about the clone theory, I thought this not only works for bringing Luke back and keeping Luke Skywalker alive, but it also helps to justify why he was nothing like the Luke Skywalker that we've always known. And not just in the original trilogy, but in the EU as well. Because that was something that I really like about so far about the 2 Thrawn books. That I've read the first Thrawn book. I'm now 7 chapters into. So I'm flying through these books, guys. So I'm about 7 chapters now into Thrawn 2. Thrawn 2. I always forget the names of them. But I think it's like Dark Empire Rising, I think is what it's called. And so basically what I've realized is that they stay consistent with all of the characters. And to me, that's something that this new trilogy should have had. It was consistency in the characters, but instead, Han becomes a deadbeat dad just because, and then Luke Skywalker becomes just this crabby hermit who's going to kill a teenager for no reason. It's just like, no, these aren't the characters. This isn't consistent. Let's see. Darth Scipio says, there's been a lot of criticism directed at the photo of the 3 actresses of the new Terminator movie. Your thoughts? I mean, to me, it's like, I don't have a problem. Let's see. Ooh, Mr. Meetaker Archives, not Jim. That's a fun name. Subscribe to the channel, so thank you for that. I'm sure you're not watching right now, but I do want to shout out anyone that's a new sub too. So yeah, as far as that goes, I have no problem with that casting. I do have a problem with them trying to push this garbage narrative. That's what I have a problem with. Like, just promote the movie. Stop trying to turn it into some political narrative, trying to say, oh, look, they're women. It's like, we can see that. We know that they're in the movie, but stop trying to push this damn agenda. I think that I think it's less them and more the media at this point, but then again, I haven't really looked a whole lot into it. I just saw one article, and it was all about female power is the future, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is one of the reasons why Star Wars is not doing well, because they're focusing on the message and not good quality content. So that's the reason why. Keith Howard says, very nice now. Okay, glad to hear that, Keith Howard. And also, Keith, I've been getting your messages on Facebook. Mex says, don't worry, I'm in no rush. Hey, Mex, again, I just want to make sure I get it out to you, man, because that's something that, not only do I want to be able to give gifts, but I also want to make sure I'm able to, fulfill them as well in a timely manner. So I'm going to get it out to you as soon as possible. Egg says, it's a very soy day. It is a very, very soy day, especially the attack on Jeremy over at the quartering. Like, to me, that was just ridiculous. I saw obviously the EVS coverage, which he had a lot of the videos from the quartering from Jeremy's videos, and it's just disgusting. It really is, and I'm very glad that he was able to find the person responsible for it, and I really do hope they're able to bring him to justice, because it's just, I'm sorry, but no one should be able to, for any reason, no one should be able to get away with that. And it's also sad because I did a Google search of the news, and 2 blogs covered the story, and I thought to myself, if anyone in a similar position to him was on the opposite side of any political leanings that he might have and was a different race or gender, oh my God, there would have probably been like 10, 15 hits at least of mainstream sources covering the story. But of course, no, that's not going to happen, because, and that's my problem with it. Not just because it happened, but also because there's also politics a part of it already, and that just disgusts me. Gage Unruh, what's up, Gage? Welcome back to the chat. Great to have you here. Dave Bob, hello. Tina says, everyone was doing videos on it, so you're okay. All right, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people doing theories on it, so that's the reason why. And also, I want to make sure, I don't claim that theory as my own. I know that I did not create that theory. I know that someone in the chat suggested it, and then I kind of just ran with it and, tried to, expand it as much as I could, especially like including the Knights of Ren. I thought that was a really cool thing. But yeah, I mean, I think there's just a lot of really cool theories that's surrounding it. And it's sad because I feel like the theories and the anticipation is going to be better than the actual film itself. Lost says T6 Revenge of the Fembot. It's so true. Like, that's what it seems like it's going to be at this point, is Revenge of the Fembot. Gage says, I thought that Arnold was the Terminator in the next movie. If not, skip. Yeah, he is in the movie. So to me, it was like, no, have him in there too. You can have 3 women and 1 man, but like, if he's the Terminator. Like, no matter what you try and do, he is the Terminator. Like, he is the one that people associate the franchise with. Now, Linda Hamilton should also be in that picture because people also, because of her roles in both Terminator films, especially T2, she is a major part of that film. To me, the best poster that they could have done, the best preliminary image they could have done would be Arnold Schwarzenegger as the badass Terminator and Linda Hamilton next to him, just decked out, looking like a badass with the guns and everything. That is how you make me excited for Terminator 6. Not, oh, look at the 3 strong women that are a part of our film, guys. We're for inclusion and the future is female. It's like, no, that's not gonna make me want to see the film, because that's gonna make me think, oh, I see where this film is going, and that should not be in Terminator films. Terminator should be just badass nonstop action with the damn Terminator in it, who, again, no matter what you're trying to do, is going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's just who it is. And yeah, there's just so many things that could be said about that damn picture. Gage says, I thought that Arnold was the Terminator. Yeah, exactly. I got that one. Hyperin, what's up, Hyperin? Hello, Odin. Sorry, a bit late. The Bifrost was running out of gas. Yeah, the Bifrost has been, running overtime lately. So, yeah, I'm sorry that some people are probably not going to be here on time. Brad Noble says, don't go into the light. I will try my best, Brad. I will try to embrace the light. I will try to become the light, for the Force is indeed the light. CW says, what is worse is not so much just pushing strong female characters, but also completely failing at it. Exactly. Like, can anyone honestly say that they looked at that picture, other than Linda Hamilton, and said, man, I cannot wait to see that film? Like, for me, I was just like, Linda Hamilton, great to see her back, but where's Arnold? Like, that to me, I was like, well, but where's Arnold? Like, I know he's in the film. It's already been reported that he's already on set filming for the film, so why aren't those the 2 that are on there? You could put Linda Hamilton front and center, and then just have him in the background if you want. That's fine with me. If the story's mostly about Linda Hamilton being a badass, I'm fine with that, because she has already established herself as a badass, strong female character. And guess what? This happened years ago. But of course now it's like, oh, well, we're just finally getting strong female. It's like, no, we've had strong female characters for a very long time. People all forget about her character. Obviously, people always forget about Ripley from Alien. Like, it just reminds me of all the nonsense that we're dealing with in today's world. Lost Order says, if everyone is a special clone, then no one is special clone. Incredibles. Ooh, I like that. Gage says, wasn't Sarah Connor already a strong female lead? Why do you need more? Exactly right. But say, her by herself, a poster with just her would have been badass. Like, I would have been like, I'm fine with that. But like, by putting 2 other characters on the poster with her, who we know nothing about, it's like, okay, so what are you trying to do? Like, is this really supposed to make us excited? There's nothing to look forward to at this point. Let's see. Eric Brown says, there's no way they do what there's no way they do what it takes to fix Luke. Yeah, I mean, based on the direction that they seem to be going in, I would agree with that statement. I would say that there's not very likely that they're going to go in that direction. And it's really sad, because they could make so much bank if they actually took some of these ideas and some of these concepts and tried to maybe flesh them out a little bit more. And I think that people would really react well to them. A hell of a lot better than what they did with The Last Jedi. Sebastian says, when Luke washes, he remembers Darth Cuddles rules. Yes, Darth Cuddles. See, guys, if you've just joining us, or if you missed that stream, Darth Cuddles is the Ewok Padawan learner under Darth Jar Jar, and that is the way that you save this franchise. If you bring out Darth Jar Jar as the man behind the scenes, pulling the strings, pulling the levers, and his Padawan is a young Ewok warrior named Darth Cuddles, whew, that is terrifying, and I would go see that film in a heartbeat. I'd go see that film 3 times in theaters. Hound 3000 says, good morning, Hound. Brandon says, hey, sweet Mothratins. Egg says, I'm not sure what gender the person in the middle of the T6 pics is. I had that same impression. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, uh-huh. And I guarantee you that was what they were going for, because that's what they do these days in Hollywood. Hybrid says, good morning, good morning. Dave Bob says, I'm a little scared of Valkyries, but they seem pretty nice. They are very nice, so do not be afraid. They will only attack you if you provoke them, like Brad. But everyone else, you are fine. You are safe. Nickel Noodles, what's up, Nickel? Hey, Odin, Steph B, and Tina B. Thank you for joining us once again. Nickel, always great to have you here, man. And also, I love the fan art that you've been making, man, so keep it coming. Jimmy says, sadly, Luke is dead. Nothing can justify Luke and The Last Jedi. I agree. And that's the reason why, at this point, the only way that they can save his character, and a lot of characters in Episode 9, is to somehow retcon part of it. Like, to me, that's the only logical way they can move forward at this point. Medium Giant says she played the prostitute in Blade Runner 2049. The one in the middle or the one to the left? Really? That's her? She looks... Oh, no! She looks nothing like the character in Blade Runner 2049. That's crazy. Nicholas says, I love clone talk. Please continue. Yeah, so basically... If you didn't watch my video today, I basically, and that's something that we came up with on the chat, like someone in the chat posted about clones, and I thought, ooh, that could be really cool. So basically, like, there is precedence in the extended universe for cloning, not just of Jango Fett, but also of other characters, including one that's in the Thrawn trilogy. And so I thought to myself, wouldn't it be interesting if maybe instead of the Luke Skywalker that we saw in The Last Jedi and even Force Awakens, maybe that's not Luke Skywalker. Maybe that's just his clone. And if you know anything about cloning from the EU, they're never quite right. There's something off about them. They usually go psychotic. Like, there's always something not quite right. So it would explain his behavior. It would explain his erratic behavior. It would explain why he's not exactly our Luke. And then also, the biggest criticism was, okay, well, how do you explain the whole situation with Yoda? And I said, well, you can easily explain that as being just a fantasy of his because he is going insane. He's just starting to, you know, see things at that point. So yeah, I think that would be really cool. And again, there are a lot of really cool things they could do to bring the trilogy back from the brink, but that was one of them that I liked. Eric says, I am for any way as long as it's executed well. Exactly, Eric. I agree. I'm for anything as long as it's done well and it makes sense, for sure. CW says, best way to erase the incident known as The Last Jedi, record over it. But what if you have a Blu-ray disc that you can't record over with? The only thing you can do at that point is to destroy it. Lost says, the teleportation thing's biggest problem is that it starts episode 9.1 with Luke being old, naked, and wrinkly. But that's just the thing. He wouldn't be naked because I made up this... I said this very criticism of Last Jedi. His cloak is what's left behind. His robes go with him, including his robot arm. So he would actually not be naked. There's so many weird things that are just never explained in that movie. Dave Bob says, that was not Luke, that was Jake. Exactly. Exactly right. Brandon says, yikes, Odin knows what a Sabayoth is. I do now. Yes, I do. I finished Heir... Yeah, so Brad, you've kind of been in and out lately, but I finished Heir to the Empire, so I know what a Druid Sabayoth is. I always mispronounce the name, but Sabayoth is, I believe, the correct pronunciation, at least according to the audiobook that I'm reading. And man, what a badass character. And I would love to see that character brought into the main films because it would be awesome. Hypern says, Odin, by the way, great video on the quartering channel. It's ridiculous how people get so aggressive on someone's different opinions. I agree. And to me, like, the whole time I was thinking about it, I was watching some videos, is if anyone knows who Steven Crowder is, he can be pretty much a badass a lot of time. And so basically what happened was someone called him out when he was on location doing a Change My Mind segment and threatened, like, attacks on him, on his property, just like slash his tires, telling everybody where he was located, his time, everything. And so Steven found all of these things, and then he put it all on a giant poster board. He found the guy's work, went into his work, and confronted him saying, hey, did you say these things? Hey, what about this right here where you threatened to slash my tires? What about here when you threatened violence against me? And the guy was just... He was not expecting it, and he just, of course, ran away from it because that's what they do. They're very, very powerful when they're online and they're, you know, hidden behind a Twitter account and everything like that. But then once they're confronted like that, oh man, he was so terrified. And you know, they called the cops. He talked to the cops, and you know, everything ended up being well. He shook hands with the cops at the very end of the video. But I recommend looking him out, Steven Crowder. And he's done that a couple of times where he's gone after people, again, with no violence, just with words and saying, hey, this is what you said. What are your thoughts on this? You said this. This is you right here. What are your thoughts? So I think it'd be really interesting if someone did the same thing for this guy. But at this point, I think the best thing that can happen to the guy that actually punched Jeremy over at the quartering is for him to be found, arrested, put on trial, given a fair trial. I think that he should probably spend some time in jail for his actions, because you don't just punch somebody in the face several times and just not get away with it. And most importantly, though, the guy needs psychiatric help. Like, again, we can be angry. I mean, I obviously am angry at everything that the guy did, but I also kind of am worried about him, because if this is a guy that will just come up to someone on the street who he disagrees with and punch him in the face, that tells you that he's not quite right in the head. So I really hope he gets the help that he needs. Tina says 31 watching and 12 likes. Hit that like button. Everyone, doesn't cost a thing. Thank you very much, Tina. Yes, please hit that like button. It is not expensive. Sebastian says, any updates on the quartering guy? Not that I have heard. The last one that I saw was that he did a quick OBS update where he talked about how he found the guy, found out who he was, and that he was about to call the cops. So I have not heard any updates since then. I know that EVS is closer to him. Jeremy Geeks and Gamers are closer to him than I am, because obviously I even say in my videos, like, I don't really know him. I've only watched a couple of his videos because I already have so much content that I watch on a daily basis that it's hard for me to add more channels on. And so, but obviously I still support the guy, because I think that anyone who's treated that way is just stupid. Super says, stuff is already coming out about a new Terminator. Do you know who they cast? I don't know any major casting. The big ones, though, are Linda Hamilton is coming back for the first time since T2. So that is very, very exciting. And, of course, Arnold is also coming back as well. So just to see them on screen together again is going to be awesome. Brad Noble says, they found the dumbass. Yep, yes, they did. Hartman says, now it's happening to Terminator. John did a video about it on Entertainment article about titled The Future is Female. Yeah, so I read the same article that John Talks Star Wars, and now he's John Talks. So guys, John Talks Star Wars is now John Talks. So now he's going to talk about so many other things other than Star Wars. I'm very excited for him to expand his channel. I know that a lot of people joined his channel for Star Wars, but it sounds like a lot of the people that follow him wanted him to cover more things, and this gives him more ability to cover more things in the future. So I'm very happy for him and for the change. I think John Talks is a great channel name, and so I can't wait to see more from him. But yeah, I saw the same article that he did, and I almost made that video, but I thought that the video that I was already planning on making before I read the article was already uploading, and so I thought I was proud of that work, and I was proud of that video, so I decided to keep it up there. And then my second video, I just wanted to lend out my support, as small as I am. Just put my voice out there in support of Jeremy over at the quartering, just to, get the voice out there. And so I might cover that video maybe tomorrow. I might cover that topic maybe tomorrow, because I do think it's worth talking about for sure. There's so much that can be said. Blue Herring, what's up? Blue Herring says, what the hell was the guy who assaulted Jeremy hoping to achieve? Good way to burn down a reputation and a career. I agree. I honestly don't know. And obviously we could point out the fact that he was at a bar. So it could be that he had some drinks and he wasn't thinking straight. Maybe all that anger inside him finally bubbled over, and with the with being drunk, maybe he just didn't have that sense of control anymore. I don't know. I mean, obviously, again, that's why I say, like, I think there just might be something wrong with him, and I think that if that is the case, that that needs to be addressed, and hopefully he gets the help that he needs. Gage says, and remember the female Terminator in Terminator 3? It sucks horribly. Oh yeah, Rise of the Machines was just not very good, and yeah, I mean the female Terminator was okay, but the whole time I was just like, this isn't Arnold, and this is not the Terminator from Terminator 2. Like, it's just not the same. The T-1000 from Terminator 2 to me is like, they basically just tried to repeat it and instead say, oh, now we have a female Terminator. And it's like, that's not a good enough reason to justify making that kind of change if you're not going to back it up with a good story. Dave Bob says, Arnold is going to play the person that the T-800 is based on. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I think at some point he has to come out as Terminator. Like, to me, it's just like, you don't have him without being the Terminator. Like, that's just my take on it, though. Brandon says, quit killing fairies, Steph. CWD says, it is sad that possible fan theories are likely more fun than the new Star Wars canon. Or new Star Wars movies. Lucasfilm just lacks something called creativity. You're right. You're absolutely right about that. They lack any sense of creativity at this point, and all the creative stuff that they are coming up with is stupid. Like, and also it just doesn't make any sense. Like, people can say, oh, it was creative of Rian Johnson to be subversive, but then also at the same time, the whole thing, the whole mindset is still like, yeah, but it just doesn't make any damn sense, and that's not a good thing. Johnny 5 says, I know she's a bad actress. Super says, also, this is the 6th installment in a franchise. Instantly skeptical. I agree. And now, of course, like, And I think that they try to get people back on by saying, oh, look, we're bringing Linda Hamilton back, and oh, Arnold's going to be back too. But if that's the poster that they're going to release for the film, I can only imagine how cringeworthy the trailer is going to be. So I was very hyped for it just when they released the names of the cast, and I would have been very hyped for it. Again, if you had a badass Linda Hamilton at the center, and maybe towards the back you had a Arnold Schwarzenegger, maybe not as a Terminator, but as the guy who they based the Terminator off of, that could have been a really cool concept. It would have set up the film very nicely, and I think a lot of people would have been excited for it. But with the poster they put out now, I'm just not excited. I don't think it's going to be very good. Let's see. Mech says, it won't be much longer, and we'll be seeing those you insert your fan theory here, theory sucks memes from the Story Group and Ruin Johnson. That's very true. You're very right about that. And then, of course, you'll get the, the Finn, you'll get the John Boyega, we don't care, comments as well. Also, says, CNN would have covered the anti-Jeremy attack since he is a white male with a right-side opinion. None of the SJWs are going to denounce such a blatant attack, and what a coward to sucker punch him. I agree. Again, if it had been anybody, like, if it had been the opposite of him, then it would have at least gotten a mention on a major publication. But of course, no one cares when, to me, it's like, no, if you're going to cover something, cover it equally, no matter who it happens to. Like, for me, it's just like, that just doesn't make any sense why they wouldn't do it otherwise. Dave Bob says, the guy who played Ghost Rider on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be the Terminator. Ooh, okay. Tina says, as I said in the morning on World Class BSers, the girl on the left looks like she works at McDonald's or Best Buy, and we're not sure what or who that is in the middle. It's a good point. It's a good point, because I said the same thing. I was like, wait a minute, what actor is that? Wait, that's I don't understand. Yeah, and I agree. Like, and even, like, I love Linda Hamilton, but she does not look very good in that poster. Like, again, they could have done such a better job with that poster, and whoever runs their marketing team needs to either be fired or needs to have a very stern talking to saying, that is not how you make a good trailer. That is not how you make a good poster, rather. Sebastian says, have to stop by the Rebel Alliance. They need the Sith leader back soon, all Father and Goddesses. Well, thank you, Sebastian, for stopping by. Can't wait to have you back. Brad says, how do I get that sweet shine look? Is that porg butter? No, it's just, just being awesome. You just got to be awesome like me, man. Johnny 5, it's 2:30 a.m. Good night. Well, Johnny 5, thanks for stopping by. Sorry that it's so late. Dave Bob says, Linda is my age and still looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, she looks good, but in the poster, she did not look very good. Gage says, putting more strong female leads takes away from the badass of Sarah Connor. In my opinion, that's a good point. It's a very, very good point. Johnny 5 has deactivated. B Please says, is the guy in the middle of the new Terminator poster a she? It looks like she escaped from the Twilight franchise. It's a woman. It is a woman, and that's a good point. The Boxing and Jedi's Tavern. Jeff Cotto, what is up? What's up, Asgard? Hello, Odin. Hello, Valkyries. Hello, Jeff Cotto. How are you doing? Lobster says, I'm just glad they added finally a Dora-looking Latina to the Terminator poster so I can finally relate to Terminator. The future is brown. Well, I'm glad that you got that representation lost. Super says, talking about Terminator, and since you mentioned Ripley, I finally watched Alien. Yes. Wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. Didn't love it, but I respect it. It was great. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people feel that way sometimes about films like that, where even if they don't necessarily love it or like it or want to see it again, they can at least respect it for what it was. I mean, no one can deny that the practical effects that they use in that film are still just groundbreaking and just so awesome. And yeah, I mean, I can honestly see why it might not be scary. I mean, depends on also how you watch the film too. Like if you watch it late at night, dark room, and you just have like your headphones on, looking at it, I mean, that could be a pretty scary situation. But yeah, I'm glad that you finally watched it. Yes, knocking those films out. CWD says, we need Darth Cuddles to team up with Don Fluffles from SAO Abridged. Watch as they take over the galaxy. So he says, never be afraid of the Valkyrie. We are here to sweep you away to Valhalla. Yes. Meg says, I don't really care one way or the other about T6 poster because I don't plan to see the film at all. The story began and ended in T1 and T2, and I haven't been impressed with any of the new films. Yeah, I agree. And to me, I thought this might be the last chance they have to put a bookend on it and to do it very well. But based on everything that I'm seeing right now, I have no hope for it. Dave Bob says, Mackenzie Davis was on Halt and Catch Fire. Never seen it. Hyman says, to be honest, Terminator ended with 2. At this point, yes. I think most people would acknowledge T1, T2, canon. Everything else, a giant mess. Lost Order says, you know when you make a copy of a copy. Keaton, that's a good point. Very good point. Jeremy Gao, what is up? Jeremy, hello, Jeremy. How are you? Mech says, that wasn't Yoda, that was Soida. He's a schizophrenic hallucination brought about by clone madness that resulted from Luke's severed hand being slightly contaminated and decayed. See, dude, Mex, I feel like you, me, and Lethal together could write a brilliant script for episode 9 that would fix so many of the plot holes in the last 2 films and also would do fan service and would do it well. Richie Rich, no notification again. Damn it, dude. Like, I was so excited at the beginning because a couple people did get notifications, but it looks like YouTube still sucks. Or as the great thing goes, you suck again. Or rather, we suck again. Name that movie and you get a digital cookie. We suck again. Gage says, by the way, Terminator is BS. You need skin to time travel or you're vaporized at an atomic level, but the T-1000 went back and he was no skin. He is just liquid metal. Yeah, but I mean, I guess that's their justification for it, is saying that he's liquid metal so that he can, get by it. I don't know. Brad Noel says, Luke is coming back in black. Bet on it. Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on me. Name that movie. And you also get a digital cookie. Ooh, we're doing some trivia already. B Please says, did you see the movie What Happened to Monday with Noomi Rapace? And if you did, what do you think? I have not seen What Happened to Monday, but I do love Noomi. I think she's great. Mex says, Mark Thompson is pronouncing the name Jerus Sabaoth correctly. Of course, that's always been a controversial topic because Zahn never realized that the name was so hard to say. Really? He doesn't understand that the way he spells it is very difficult, especially, like, to me, Jerus, like, Jerus is, like, one thing, but Sabaoth, like, if I saw the C apostrophe B, I'd be like, Kabayoth? But Sabaoth is like, you have to actually hear it to be able to have it. Jeremy says, that was pardon my language, a bunch of effing horse crap. Nice, Jeremy. Dave Bob says, they know who he is, let the cops handle it. Exactly, let the cops handle it, man. Kiko Rogers here from World BS. What's up, Kiko Rogers? Welcome. Are they still going on? Mex says, what chapter are you on Dark Force Rising? So thank you, it's Dark Force Rising, and I'm on chapter 7? Yeah, so I'm getting through it pretty quickly. 70B says, check our group mail on Twitter, update to Jeremy at the quartering. Okay, so let me see. I have an update. All right, so this is an update from the quartering, guys. So the first video showing up when you search Gen Con is the a-hole making false claims of an assault by Antifa thugs. Let's flood the with downvote comments debunking his harmful claims. These are our people he's trying to paint as savages. Let's use the tools we have. Ooh, okay, so wait, that's not from the quartering. That's from Lee Garvin. So basically now they're claiming that the quartering are Antifa. Is that what I got from that? Is that the update? What? I'm very confused. I'm very, very confused by that, Valkyrie. Just put it in the chat. Like, put it in the YouTube chat, because otherwise I'm just going to be so lost. And also, like, whenever I leave the chat, it just goes away, and it just becomes very, very, very complicated. We got 46 people watching. Damn, what's up, everybody? How is everybody doing? Let me find the chats where I left off. Oh, and see, I hate that because now I'm behind. Damn it. So again, guys, I'm so sorry. It only lets me go back 9 minutes. I know I was further back than that. So sorry. So if I missed your comment, please leave it again and I will read it. And I'm not going to leave the chat for the rest of the time. So again, Valkyrie, I'm not going to check anything else on the Twitter message that we have. Just post it in the chat, in the live chat. But Lando is here. Hello, Lando. And Mr. Peabody is here. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Jared Cathcart says, hey, Odin, glad I could catch the live stream. How's it going? It's going fine, Jared. Great to have you here, man. Great to have you here. Great to be here, too. Brad Noel says, it's sad. I want Comicsgate and all the folks around it at a con. Yeah, I mean, and also, like, I would love to be at Celebration next year because, to me, I'm not saying, like, anything's going to go down, but even if nothing goes down, it's going down because you're going to have every single person that's been a part of the Fandom Menace together in the same place. And to me, it's just going to be fun. So, like, I'm kind of sad that I'm not going to be able to be a part of that. Let's see. CVD says, Johnson uses the word subversive, but it doesn't mean what he thinks it means. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it does. Tina says, if that was the first photograph they released to get us excited, they failed royally. I thought first photos were to get us excited. Agreed. Like the teaser photo is supposed to get us all excited for it, and that does not do it. As someone who is a diehard T2 fan especially, like T2 is one of my all-time favorite action films, and I mean the Terminator ride was my favorite ride. That's why I'm so sad that they got rid of it at Universal, but yeah. Gage says, by the way, the girl in the center has surgery lines on her, so I'm sure she is the Terminator trying to protect her. Could be. Gage says, I don't like that since Terminator has a great story of a weaker model fighting the superior model trying to protect someone even if you're matched. Dave Bob says, the film will star Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton, Diego Boneta, Natalia Reyes, Gabriel Luna, and Mackenzie Davis. Again, that's not a terrible cast. That's not a terrible cast, but again, it does at this point, that photo just does not make me excited. All right, so Stephanie B, thank you very much. So at 8:33, Stephanie B posted a link to my Streamlabs tin cup. So again, if you want to donate to the channel but you don't want YouTube to get their grubby little hands on it, then just click that link at 8:33. So that will bring you to the Streamlabs donation page, and you can still put a message in there, you can put a nickname in there, and it'll flash up on the screen right over here with Thor going yes, and it'll be very exciting. And yeah, so just think about it. Gage says, and also you get a digital cookie. And so if there is a giveaway tonight, which is never a guarantee, but if there is a giveaway tonight, then you automatically get a digital cookie. But don't worry, I give digital cookies to anyone that gives an awesome comment that I think is hilarious or is just spot on. Gage says, and you know what they say, that the female Terminator is inferior to the male Terminator. They will be hell in today's age. That's very true. Brad says, if you get triggered by comics, find help. I agree. Star Wars True Canon. What's up, Star Wars? Hey, chat. Hey, Odin. Hope everyone is doing well despite these dark times of fandom. Yeah, I mean, someone getting attacked like that is just ridiculous. Hybrid says, J. Jonah Jameson, I've been looking for you all morning. This Terminator first look is bad. You're fired. Exactly. Man, Valkyrie, y'all blowing up my chat. Y'all blowing up my chat right now. I get a notification on my watch every time that y'all post something. I'm like, what are they talking about? Let's see. Lost Soldier says, Odin, you got the glows. You got the glow, soul glow. Just let your soul glow. Feel that soul smoke is smooth. I don't know that one. I just made it up. Gwen, what's up, Gwen? Says, I'm tired of this huge SJW female feminazi push in movies these days. I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people are just sick and tired of it. And guess what? I guess it takes them losing money on films to understand that no one is going to buy and support it. Hybrid says, I can say Shawshank Redemption is a film that I don't think as the best film of all time, but I love the messages and the photography it has respectfully. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm on the opposite side. It is one of my all-time favorite films, and also I understand why it is seen as one of the greatest films of all time as well, but I can respect that opinion. Again, not every film is for everybody. Gwen says, I went to see Terminator for Arnold back in the day. Yeah, I mean, that's what most people went to go see, was to see Arnold as a badass, but then Linda Hamilton was set in T2 as also a badass, and so that's why when they were bringing her back for 6, I was like, oh no, that's really cool, because I will go see a film for Linda Hamilton, because that's a character that I've wanted back in every Terminator film thus far. So I was like, maybe that means that they're going to do it right. Maybe she saw the script and said, this I will come back for, but I don't know at this point. Tina says, Lost got his Hispanic representation. I'm still waiting for my strong black woman representation, so I'm triggered. Let's see. Brad Noel says, ease back Lando. I got a new toaster oven. Jeremy Gaz says, good, and you owe. Let's see. Oh, Brad Noble, the troll. What's up, Brad? Brad, thank you so much for the super chat. So Brad says, fire Odin's beard. What's wrong with my beard? Why do you want to fire my beard, man? There's nothing wrong with my beard. My beard's fine. It's not as fire as it once was, but it's still good. Don't tag my beard, Brad. But anyway, if you donate on Super Chat or on the Streamlabs link, you get that notification that comes up. So it's fun. And I love it. Let's see. Brad Noah says, San already wrote it. Don says, thanks, YouTube. Waterboy. Waterboy? No. Brad Noah says, damn right, Tina. Invader 6, Darth Lord Lando, there's 4 channels of you so far. What's up, Invader? Fashion Me Late says Donald Hudson. Always great to have you here, Donald, though, nonetheless. Gwen says, I have all the Timothy Zahn Star Wars books. Best author ever for Star Wars. I agree so far. Again, I'm 1 book in, 7 chapters into the 2nd book, and I can agree that he is great, and also that Mark Thompson is an excellent voice actor. Jared says, I've been following the quartering for a long time. Sad to see he was attacked at Gen Con. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, again, for anyone to be attacked, especially for just their own opinion and their own thoughts, is kind of disturbing in so many different ways. Brad Noble says, easy high school too. Yes, thank you. So, Brad Noble, you get a digital cookie. So, Brad has 2 digital cookies, Valkyrie. 1 for the Super Chat and 1 because it was indeed High School Musical 2, where I was singing there. Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on me. Don't know why. Don't ask why I know songs from High School Musical and High School Musical 2. You don't know me. You don't know my life. Star Wars True Canon says, doing well, just wish homework would stop destroying, or HW would stop destroying franchises. Hollywood, yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you there. Gwen says, Lou, 2010. Dave Bob says, Cinepsych. Brandon says, get my cookie out. Yeah, you got 2 cookies now, man. You get 2 digital cookies. Don Hudson says, all right, talking to someone else. Gwen says, 2010 book is fan effing tasty too. Yeah, I mean, that's what I've been hearing, because I know that Lethal Lightning, who's kind of my, Lethal Lightning and Mex are both my EU experts, and I know that they say it's pretty good. I've heard the newest book, though, Alliances, is fantastic. So I cannot wait to dive into that at some point. Super says, and I watched Annihilation yesterday, was only okay, but got me thinking about something. I love film, but I've never understood the appeal of horror and gore. Do you get it? Yeah, I mean, there are just some people who like that in their movies, who like that aspect brought to their films. I've always just been okay with it. Like, it's not something I go out to, but it's also not something that I cringe away from. So Annihilation, I understand what you're talking about, because it does use some elements of horror and gore in the film, but for me the film was just so all over the place that it was very hard to get into. I liked it a lot better the second time, but even then I wouldn't say that it's a film that I would recommend anyone going out to see, and that's really sad, because that's the guy that did Ex Machina, which was an excellent sci-fi film. So yeah, that's just how I feel about it. Keith Howard says, ever seen the first Hitcher? It was so scary. I've not, because I try to avoid scary films because I get very, very scared. Keith Howard, got you. Alex G says, hi, Odin. What's up, Alex G? Let's see. Star Wars says, I always pronounced it Seabouth. I know, like, it's like that's how it's spelled. Brando says, Lando, I need to pay back the debt. Tina says, no, they're claiming the quartering is a liar. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so apparently the new update is now there are people out there trying to claim that the quartering are a bunch of liars and the whole thing is a lie, but the cops will be able to figure that out for themselves. Mex says, a lot of the fans thought that Sabayoth's name was pronounced Subayoth or Kabayoth. Yeah, I can understand why they would think that. Somebody says, it was a retweet from Jeremy from another person. Yeah, I figured it was from, as soon as I finished it, I was like, oh, this is from another person. But yeah, that's just crazy. That's just crazy that people are now, that now they're trying to defend the person who attacked him. It's just like, seriously, that's the world we live in. Instead of, understanding that this guy was attacked and trying to say, hey, I don't condone the actions, but let's let the cops figure this out, and let's let the cops, understand the situation, and arrest someone if there was someone who did anything wrong. Presumption of innocence is still something that I believe in, but at the same time, don't try and defend the guy by saying, oh, it's all made up. Let's see. Tina says, and the guy who posted that is saying that Antifa needs to be protected against liars. Oh, he's saying that Antifa is a good thing. Okay, yeah, see, I didn't read it correctly. So yeah, Antifa is a bunch of punks. Like, Antifa sucks. I'm sorry, like, if anyone is defending Antifa, then they themselves should probably be investigated by the cops, because, in fact, the same guy talked about, Steven Crowder, he did an undercover video where he uncovered that there was an Antifa group that was about to do, like, severe violence, like they were handing out shivs to people, and he went undercover and actually was given a shiv by an Antifa leader. So, yeah, they are not good people. Star says, yeah, Sabayoth is another one. Brad Noble wants that cookie. Vader subbed to Lando. Awesome. Star Wars says, you say tomato, I say tomatoes. Stephanie says, Mr. Mikator had sent you a Streamlab donation. Really? Did he? No, he didn't. He subscribed. No, he just subscribed to the channel. So it still pops up. So that's when you see Odin pop up on the screen, that is a new subscriber. When you see Thor, that is a donation either from Streamlabs or from Super Chat. No, he did not. So yeah, so I'm seeing it right now on my screen. He did not do that. He just subscribed to the channel. So he's a new subscriber. Brandon says, no cookie, this is rigged. No, you got 2 cookies, man. 2 cookies. Oh, what's up, DJD Show? Welcome to the chat. DJD donated $1. Thank you so much. So he donated on Streamlabs, and it still pops up, as you can see. So it says, Odin is a Norse god. Well, thank you, DJD Show. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Vader 6 says, I see that. Gwen says, T2 in 3D was really good. Bought it from Amazon UK. Nice. I've never seen it in 3D, but I love the original so much. It's great. So I think that might be a film that might actually work in 3D, because I think the conversion was done right. Super says, I've never seen an archive channel act like that. Interesting. Yeah, it's a very good point. Vader says, you should do an old school Colt 45 video. Hyper says, not to the fact that I didn't notice the actress in the middle was Mackenzie and thought it was a man. Yeah, they did not. Whatever they're doing with her makeup and everything, it's not working. It's not working. Dave Bob says, awesome comments. Invader6 says, you should do one anyway. Egg says, don't assume the gender of the person in the center from the T6 pic. Did I just assume their gender? I'm so hateful. I'm just a hateful white man. That's all I am. At least to some people. Bjorn says, T6 looks to be another turd. Good Lord, Hollywood, give Ivan Ortega a break. I know, right? Now, here's the thing. Because if Ivan decides to just start making himself the guy that re-edits bad films, that could be quite a career. And I would go and watch every single cut. I would donate, because I don't think he's ever asked for donations for his The Last Jedi. I know he has like a Patreon, things like that, but like that's something that I would like if he did an Indiegogo to like fund him in his re-editings of bad films. I would support him, because everything he's doing right now with The Last Jedi is just awesome. It's fantastic. Yeah, guys, if you have not checked out Ivan Ortega, go check him out. Go check out his channel. He's awesome, and everything he's doing right now is just freaking-tastic. Lost Order says, Odin, what's up, Lost? Invader 6 says, well, I'm not worried about the communist SJWs. Well, now that they're punching people, man, it's not good. We outnumber them. Hybrid says, yeah, it is annoying. Take the Ghostbusters remake, for example. Exactly. Like, to me, that was all message and no story, no plot, nothing else, really. It was all the, look, it's an all-female Ghostbusters. Like, that's not enough. That is not enough to make a movie off of. Brad, also, thank you very much for that super chat. Lost Order says, Odin, you are the best. Go watch Coming to America or Google that Soul Glow video. Yeah, I've never seen either, so I might have to put those on my list. Dave Bob, what's up, Dave Bob? Dave Bob, thank you so much for the $1 message. Never mess with an old man. He fights dirty. At least I do. Damn, yeah. So if any of these guys try and go after you, Dave Bob, then you will have it covered. But anyway, guys, so Dave Bob, DJG Show, thank you so much for your donations. So they donate through Streamlabs. So again, that is through PayPal usually. And you can also do credit cards, I believe. And basically all of that goes through PayPal. So none of that actually goes to YouTube. So again, if you want to do super chats, I appreciate it. Everything goes back to the channel. Everything goes to me being able to do more giveaways and to build the channel and to try and make things a little bit better, provide more content for you guys. So again, everything goes back in. So thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel. And thank you for that comment. Yeah, man. Like, so Dave Bob, if anyone ever tries to get in a fight with you, not going to last. And Lost, I'm definitely going to check that out. Dave Bob says, we need to watch the original At Our Limits. That was some scary crap when I was a little kid. Loved it. See, that's something that I should, like, try and prep up. Like, I should try to, like, set a goal and say, if we reach this goal, then I will do a live stream of me watching, like, and it'll be, like, the scariest movie that I can think of. Like, I'll let y'all, like, nominate some of the scariest films of all time, and then you get to watch me be in terror watching a film. And I get to tell you right now, you will have a blast, because I will be terrified, and so I'll have to work that out. I'll have to find some kind of goal to try and push to. VL Ned says, Sarah Connor Chronicles was the only good Terminator property after T2. Yeah, and it was short-lived, too. Like, to me, and I wanted to love that series because I've never seen it yet. I've been wanting to watch it for a long time because the girl that plays River Tam in the Firefly series and in Serenity is the Terminator in the Sarah Connor Chronicles, and she's just an automatic badass. So yeah, I cannot wait to check that out, and I'm glad to hear that you liked it too. Don says, Canada, a loft apartment above a really great party. Keep it down. Keep it down, you crazy Americans. Yes. What you talking about? What you talking about? And Very says, Harrison Ford went to Gimli Manitoba before when he made the submarine movie. Gwen says, I'm Indian. Where's my female representation in superhero movies? Damn right, Gwen. You call them out. You call them out for their nonsense. We're all triggered, aren't we? Says Tina. Yeah, we're all triggered. We all have something to be pissed off about. Man, 48 people in here. What's up, everybody? Dave Bye says, now that's some high quality H2O. Lando Calrissian says, woo. Brad Noble says, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on me. And Bear 6 says, no worries, Lando. We will not let any SJWs come near you. Yes, keep them all away from Lando, please. We need to protect Lando at all costs because at this point, they're going to destroy his character even further before they kill him. And it's going to be so sad because poor Billy D. Williams is just so up there in years, and it's just going to be so sad. It really is. Losser says, I love when you get Odin to sing anything. Oh, thank you, Loss. I appreciate that. Gwen says, I'm probably the oldest female on this chat. This new triggered crap is bizarre. Yeah, man, like, it's just insane to me. It's just totally insane that people just get triggered by just the smallest things. The fact that someone will punch somebody just because they disagree with what they think is ridiculous. Star Wars True Can says, Zan is overrated. Keith J. Anderson and Travis care more about Star Wars than he does. Stackpole 2. Ooh, we got some fighting words in the chat right now. We got some fighting words. Let's see. Nickel Noodles, what's up, Nickel Noodles? Thank you for the $4 super chat. Buy cookie ingredients. I know, right? I'm gonna need more at this point because I'm giving away those digital cookies. But yes, Nickel Noodles, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for the generosity. Thanks for supporting the channel. And yes, you have now earned yourself another digital cookie. So thank you, Nickel Noodles, for always being here and for always supporting us in the super chats. I thank you so much. Super says, why do you know songs from High School Musical and High School Musical 2? Well, let's just say I was young once, and I was still young when the first High School Musical came out, and I have been doing musical theater for a very long time, and let's just say that maybe I watched it several times, and maybe I even liked it a bit. 2 was awful, but 2 was awful for the right reasons. It was hilarious. Like, the whole Bet On It scene, if you want to see something funny, and Valkyrie, I'm sure you can find it, look up the Bet On It scene with Zac Efron dancing on the golf course, and they have it set to different songs. Like, one is set to I feel pretty, oh so pretty, I feel pretty and witty and gay, and like, it's fantastic. It's so great. But there's a lot of them out there. Shinville says, trigger NSJW and get a high moral ground cookie. What's up, Shinville? Great way to enter the chat. Law Soldier says, I gotta run. My wife made real life cookies. Yum, nice. I am jealous. We are doing chocolate chip cookie sandwiches with coffee ice cream. Dude, Lost, I'm so jealous of you right now. Go enjoy those cookies. Oh, that sounds delicious. Invader 6 says, I have some crazy Viking cousins, so the SJWs wouldn't stand a chance. Nice. Let's see, Mr. Peabody says, we can't fire Odin's beard. It would sue for wrongful termination. Brando says, Lando is Devastator with bigger balls. Gwen says, Kevin J. Anderson is a pretty good Star Wars writer, too. I agree. Okay, so we got some agreement in there. CWD says, horror and gore can work as long as it is in context. A prime example is John Carpenter's The Thing. Good point. Good point. Angel Butler says, love your little girl voice. Well, thank you, Angel. I appreciate that. Bitter, what's up, Bitter? Triggered by medulla oblongata. Something's wrong with his medulla oblongata. Loster says, I'm leaving the phone on to keep my algorithm good. Nice. Thank you. Brandon says, the dude punched him. I know. Ridiculous. Crazy. Gage says, by the way, if Arnold and the girl are the same model, then there is no suspense since they are equal and the girl has Sarah and another girl to help her. It's a good point. It's a great point. Thalhazza says, didn't you ask what movie had the quote, we suck again? I could have sworn it was The Waterboy. Okay, thank you for reminding me. Sorry, yeah, the chat went away for a second, so I got very, very lost. But we suck again. Yeah, so you were right. So Donald Hudson gets a digital cookie, Valkyrie, because he did indeed get that correct. So yeah, we suck again was indeed The Waterboy. Sorry, I didn't see that the first time. Thank you for reminding me. Invader 6 says, I don't have the Lando figure from the last 17 years yet, but I will get one for the vintage figures. Dave Bob, Antifa or terrorists? You're right. Absolutely right. They're domestic terrorists without any doubt whatsoever, because what is terrorist? One, doing violence to put forth a political, for a political means, and if that's not what they're doing, I don't know what terrorism is at that point. Invader says, an ordinary 100% right. Tina says, we need cookies. We need cookies. Real cookies. Real cookies. Rah, rah, rah. Man, again, as I've said this so many times, if I could do that, if I could like put a real cookie through my camera to you, I would do it in a heartbeat, because I love cookies. And I want to share that love with the world. Invader 6 says, they are terrorists. I agree. Gage says, if it's just 3 normal women, then why? Just send the top soldier or another Terminator, which John has done and worked. Good point. Leno Carisian says, Antifa, trust fund terrorists. You're right. You're right. It's interesting that a lot of them have iPhones and have very expensive equipment. That, just makes it was kind of like the whole Occupy Wall Street movement. Like, everyone was just like, most of the people were like stuck up rich white kids. And it's like, really, like, just stop. Angel says, don't be sorry, Odin, they're effing punks. They are. Tammy, what's up, Tammy says, a film that was awesomely made and scary as hell. The Thing by John Carpenter. Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. It's been on my list for a very, very long time. And the reason why it's so scary, too, is because they do so much with practical effects. Bitter says, I didn't get my shiv, just a cookie. Yeah, let's be thankful that I don't give out digital shivs on the chat. Could you imagine a digital shiv on the chat? That's what they do over at the SJW Antifa live streams. They give out digital shivs and real shivs too. Dave Bob says, bike locks so they get by weapons checks. Yeah. Lando says, Antifa can solve all the world's problems from their parents' basement. That's a great shout. Gwen says, tactical pens work wonders for stabbing your enemies. Stephanie, thank you. Angel says, hey, Lando, didn't you see? Super says, and what was really surprising about Annihilation and made me want to check it out is an 87% Rotten Tomatoes. Also, got to love the casting if only Star Wars jokes. I know, right? Yeah, so, yeah, but I don't think the audience rating was nearly as high. I think the audience rating was a little bit more divisive. But, I mean, technically speaking, it's a very well-done film, but I definitely feel like it was made more for critics than it was for general audiences. Brad Noble says, my God, donate to Odin so I have no chance. Yeah, guys, if you want to take away Brad Noble's chance of winning anything in the future, donate so that way you spread out the percentages so he doesn't have a chance. Gage says, I heard a rumor that Arnold Terminator is older and much smarter than all the other Terminators due to his experience on missions he has completed, still figuring the same model that help has no suspense. Yep. It's just boring too. It really is at this point. DJD Show says, yay, it worked. Patreon is having issues then and not PayPal. So happy this worked. Well, thank you so much, DJD. I appreciate that. Yeah, so PayPal seems to be doing pretty well so far. So thank you so much for that donation. And DJ, thank you for being a patron nonetheless. Kika Rogers says, make a parody of the Ladies' Man. Yeah, that could be fun. Brad Noble says, DJD, I thought you were a friend. Draw swords. I know, right? So now he is taking it away. Neil Coolin. Thank you, Neil Coolin, for the donation. As you can see, woo, Thor's happy. Yes. Neil, thank you for the $2. The Canadian $2. This is my third time here. Time to help out. Thank you, Neil. Yes, thank you. Thank you for being here for a third time. Great to have you here, man. And thank you for the donation. I appreciate that so much. And also, please know that all of that money, none of it went to YouTube. So, you know, you can think that when you donate, saying, hey, if I donate here, then the notification that I didn't get will not get supported. That behavior will not get supported if I go through Streamlabs instead. But thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And also, you get a digital cookie, Neil, so you will be in the running if we decide to do a giveaway tonight. Shinphil says, Antifa, another Tina fat. Lando says, Antifa, go get daddy's wallet. That's a true statement, Lando. Hypern says, Rexy from Jurassic Park is the real OG strong female character. That's a great point, Hypern. Digital cookie for that one, because I don't think anyone was going to go there, and you did. That is a great point. Strong female characters, go watch the original Jurassic Park. That's awesome. Let's see. DJ says, it was just a test. Well, I'm glad the test worked. I'm glad that it worked. This is a test. B Please says, Odin, why do you think that no one has tried to create a new movie franchise without drawing from a source material like Alien, Terminator, and Star Wars? Because they're lazy. I think it's mostly because they're lazy, because they don't feel like they know at this point, with so many franchises especially, they know that they can just make an adaptation of something. They know that they can just reboot or make a sequel to something, or, you know, base something off of a popular book, and they'll be able to make some money off of it. It's not a guarantee. Obviously, we know that there are flops out there that just never worked out. I mean, John Carter being, you know, big recent Disney example at the very least. And so I really think it comes from laziness, because they would rather adapt a script than write an original one, or rather adapt a story than write an original one. And yeah, I mean, it's laziness. I really do wish we were having, like, I would love to see a modern epic film made of purely original material. Like, I think that if it was made well with the right people, that film could do really well. The problem is that Hollywood just does not care anymore about pleasing audiences with new original storytelling, because they can just get by with being lazy. And I guess it's more of a risk, too, if they go with a completely original story than with something that's already been pre-established. Brandon says, Kid Man, Odin's beard needs money. Yes, it does. Yes, it does indeed. R272, what's up, R2? Yes, R2's in the chat. Any idea how Ivan will share The Last Jedi remake to the fans? So, if I had to guess, since I know he can't put it up on YouTube, because I would call a whole other mess of issues. What he's going to end up doing at this point is, if anyone has ever heard of the Star Wars Despecialized Edition, basically the way it works is that he has to split it up into like several files and then put all of those files onto a server. And then the way that you get it is you have to download all the files, put them back together. Don't worry, it sounds complicated, but once you do it, you know, it's mostly just, it's less complicated and more time consuming than anything else. But basically, once you get all the pieces back together, there's an app that you can compress them all together, and it is the, you know, it's the image of the film that you can at that point burn onto a Blu-ray disc. So if I had to imagine, he's probably going to do it the same way that the Harmony's Despecialized Edition of Star Wars was also put out there. But I mean, he might find another way to do it, but that's, from what I can guess, especially since he wants to get it out to as many people as possible, that's probably the way that he's going to go about it. Hybrid says, random question, do you think a Mortal Kombat movie remake would work with a better executed plot? Yeah, I mean, and they did that. They actually did that. They didn't make a movie out of it per se. They made more of a short series out of it. And they made a short film first, and then they made a short series. It was called, it was Mortal Kombat. Help me out, guys. So there was a recent Mortal Kombat reboot, though, where the movie was really, really good. Like, the short film they did was excellent. It was fantastic. It was kind of setting up the universe. And then they went off and made a series, and the series was actually not bad. So, yeah, I think that they could definitely do a lot of things with the Mortal Kombat universe, especially since the first one, really, in my mind, is the only good one. Dalhazza says, Coming to America is a classic Eddie Murphy movie. I must watch if you love comedy. Yeah, so I know about the film, so I knew who was in it, but yeah, I just never have seen it before. So thanks for the shout. Nicholas says, what kind of cookies we taking? We talking homemade, store-bought, crunchy, chewy, homemade, chewy, soft, delicious, buttery chocolate chip cookies. Brad says, slow down. Oh, no, Brad. You're a troll. I'm not going to slow down for you. You need to speed up. You need to get to my level. Gwen says, I want to read Kenobi. I'm bizarre, though. I love my hardcovers, and I have to save up to buy it. It's like $50. Oh, wow. Yeah, I've never read it. I don't think anyone's on the stream has ever really recommended it, so that might have to be a book that I check out. Bitter says, extra gluten added to every bite. Yes, non-soy, anti-soy, extra gluten. That's how you know it's good. Bjorn says, scariest movie, Geely. Yeah, that would be a pretty scary movie. I would be cringing the entire time. See, Brad Noble says, 9, better go down, better go Lando Hero. Tina says, okay, I need to get more coffee, but first, guys and gals, smash the like button. Yeah, please. We are down to 37, but we still got a strong crowd here, so please hit that like button. I would appreciate it. Star Wars says, yeah, Indian Hindi women are very nice. Good to hear that. Neil Keelan says, hey, Odin, back again. Scary movie ideas. Jacob's Ladder, The Exorcist, Prince of Darkness. Guys, so I've actually never seen all of The Exorcist because I'm just so terrified of it. So that might be something I do. I might just do like a, you know, I might set a goal out saying once we reach these many subs or once we reach this much, you know, super chat or whatever. Like, it's going to be something. It's going to be something that is realistic. Then I will do a live stream where or maybe like once we have like 6 patrons or something, you know, something realistic. I will do a live stream of me watching the scariest movie possible, maybe even The Exorcist, and then you get to watch my face in horror as I freak the hell out, because that's what's gonna happen, guys. I'm gonna freak the hell out. Also, Nickel Noodles, thank you again for that super chat for buy cookie ingredients. Gwen says, all you posters are a riot. Well, I'm glad you appreciate it. Sammy B, thank you. Yeah, please hit the like button. It's for free. I meant chatters. I figured, yeah, the chatters are fantastic. I love my chat. My chat's awesome. Star says, Keith, his name is Kevin. Tina says, back to here. Ivan says, not enough females in this movies, 0 out of 10. Donna says, hey, smack that like button like it's a whining SJW. Damn right, yes. Nickel Noodle says, Odin, what is the name of your band? The Wet Bandits. So I'm in a band called The Wet Bandits, and we are a fictional Twitter band, but we make great music together. I'm, of course, the lead singer. I am also the lead guitarist, and we've been going through some rough times, so there's been rumors of a breakup. I would just like to say, for the record, that those rumors are not true, and that we will be touring the digital landscape very, very soon. Gwen says, I'm a former chef and pastry chef instructor, so if anyone needs recipes, you can ask me. Nice, Gwen. I'm definitely going to have to get you up on that because I bet you've got probably one of the best cookie recipes out there. Jeff Soul says, hi, just got here. Did I miss a lot? Jeff, you've missed about an hour and 10 minutes, so yeah, you've missed a pretty good bit, but always great to have you here nonetheless, Jeff, so thank you for joining us. Gage says, I actually saw an SJW article that was trying to say that Thor was brown. They gave no evidence. And that's after, like, when I made I did a comparison video of Rose Tico's character arc versus Valkyrie's from Thor Ragnarok, and almost every comment was like, Valkyrie wasn't a good character because she can't be black because all the Valkyrie would have been white. It was a white culture. I'm just thinking to myself, okay, this is based off the comic book, not based solely off of the religion and the lore of Norse mythology. So, and also on top of that, she's a badass actress and a badass character, and people just couldn't get past that. It was kind of disturbing in a lot of ways. BRB chats. Nom 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 nom. Yes, Donald Hudson, you enjoy that cookie. Gwen says, I'm pretty sure Thor is Nordic. Very, very true. Lando says, I got 10,000 credits on Brad Noble, baby. Nice. That's awesome. Harper says, I only approve macadamia nut cookies because lack of diversity. I'm sorry, bad joke. No, that's a really good joke, actually. Harper, I'm going to give you a digital cookie for that because that's actually really funny. Darth Valhalla. Yes, Darth. Andova tries to manifest lots of anger and hatred in them, but they don't understand themselves because of their ignorance. Very true. Very, very true. They don't understand exactly what it is they're doing. Very true. Jeff Soul says, hey, what's up, Jeff? Dave Bob says, damn, we're in a tight spot. Hyperman says, practical effects over CGI any day, but merging them both is even better. I agree. Hound Dad says, I'm back. Sorry, I was on Rebel Alliance. What did I miss? You missed a few things. But we're still going. Super says, Antifa in a nutshell, upper middle class kids with paid college tuition tweet about resisting capitalism from their iPhone 8. Oh, the irony. Not even their iPhone 8. Their iPhone 10 that they paid $1,000 for. But yeah, you're on the right track. Tina says, you can become a patron member if you, like me. Tina is indeed a patron member. And thank you for posting my Patreon link. And that reminds me, since we are an hour in, let me go ahead and pull that up. So if you would like to have your name shout out during every live stream several different times throughout the live stream, you too can also click on that link that was posted at 9:01, so about 11 minutes ago, and you can also donate. So as I pull up the link, let me go through some more of the chat. Wayne Drenning, what's up, Wayne? Watch the second Venom trailer. It looked cool, but Venom's voice is so hard to understand. Yeah, especially at to me, I was on board until the very end. That is when I got thrown off of that film's trailer. Neil, also thank you once again for the super chat. Dahan says, digital cookies for great comments, shivs for really bad, or comments that person gets timed out. Yeah, we can say that anyone that gets timed out, we can say that they got shivved by the Valkyrie. Nickel Noodle says, hello, the noodle needs to wake up early tomorrow, so have to make this an early evening. Have a great night. Oh, well, thank you, Nickel Noodles, for joining us. Always great to have you here. Let me just get this list up. Neil Kaloon, cookie, yes. Dave Bob says, I watched the original The Thing as a little kid with James Arnaz as the monster. It terrifies me. Now it's a little dated. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, things do get dated over time, but yeah. Ooh, wait a minute, this is new. Actually, this is totally new. What is this? What is this madness? What is this madness? Yeah, I want the manager. I want the full list. I don't understand this. Did I gain somebody? Did someone pledge the stream? I think so. There's a new name on there, I think. Jeff Soul says, do you make a great lasagna, Tina? I bet she does. I really do. Let's see. So, I need to give a huge shout out to my patrons. I got 2 new ones, it looks like. What does this mean? Oh, I have followers. Okay, yeah, so I'm not going to shout out my followers, just my actual patrons. All right, so I need to give a huge shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for donating at least $1 a month. You are part of my Asgardian army, and also you have my undying thanks. So thank you to Castell and Fry, Dave Bob, Enrique Evangelista, Jeff Toon, Sly Jones, the DJ Show, those 2 ball guys, and my Valkyrie, Tina. Y'all are amazing. I love you, and keep being you. And we lost some people. That's okay. Sometimes creativity is just lack nowadays. Unfortunately, that's very true, Hypern. Very, very true. Mr. Pete Channel is here. What is up, Mr. Pete? Hopefully you get to 400 subs soon. Bitter says, wiggle those fingers, Odin, play that air piano. I don't know why I was doing a guitar, but that's okay. Mr. Pete. How says, did you see the new T6 picture, or did I miss that? Yeah, we talked about that, and yeah, it just, why would they think anyone would be excited for that film after that picture? Gwen says, the quality of ingredients from an Italian grocer makes an amazing lasagna. Nice to know. Tina says, there's a book about how Disney messed up over the John Carter project and left it for dead because they'd made the Marvel and Lucasfilm deals. Ooh, what book is that, Tina? Send that to me on Twitter. Jeff Soul says, some people are calling the new tea machines me tea. Me tea. Jeff Soul, you get a digital cookie for that comment. That was hilarious. Tammy says, I think Hollywood is brain dead when it comes to new stuff. I agree. I absolutely agree with that statement. Don Hudson says, the first 2 Alien movies have aged pretty good. Plus, there's your strong female character. Tina says, I read the first few John Carter books and what a lost opportunity to create a world out of a series of books which predated Star Wars, Raiders, and a few other modern franchises. I agree. And I'm not going to lie, like, I actually don't hate the John Carter film. Like, is it the best film that's ever been made? No. But I actually kind of like it. I think that they could have done a lot of things with it. And it's really sad that they just gave up on it very quickly. Not just after the film, but during the film, they obviously just did not put a lot of effort into it. Gwen says, I thought John Carter was great. I know I'm in the minority. It's a shame that Tarpro never... So Gwen, yeah, we're on the same page. I actually liked it too. I did not mind it. I think the reason why is because I went in with such bottom expectations that when I saw the film, I was like, the CGI is actually not garbage. It's not terrible. And it's a lot of fun. Mr. Venom, thank you for subscribing. So again, Valkyries, when you see Odin doing the point, it means you're just subscribed. So Mr. Venom, thank you for subscribing. But yeah, Gwen, I'm right on your side with that. Dave Bob says they can't do original stories because they can't come up with an original idea. It's very true. Good point. Darth Valhalla says, if you wish to find original material, I recommend The Tragedy of Darth Plagueis, The Wise, or The Betrayal of Darth Tenebris. Yeah, I've heard a lot about Darth Plagueis. He's been on my list for a very long time. So once I finish the Thrawn trilogy, I'm going to dive out into more novels. I think I might try, instead of just doing another trilogy or another series, I might try and see if there's any one-off novels out there with various characters. I'm going to get my experts, Mex and Lethal Lightning, to give me some recommendations on that. Jeff Soul says, my mom used bad cheese for her lasagna, and after that, I haven't eaten it again for 10 years. Aw, Jeff, you gotta let it go, man. You haven't tried real lasagna at that point, not made with bad cheese. Oh, that's also really sad. Like, all that work is put into making it, and then the cheese was bad the whole time. Ah, it's so sad. R2 says, thanks a lot. Much appreciated. Really looking forward to Ivan's remake. Yeah, man. Yeah, R2, I'm looking forward to it as well. I just cannot wait for it. I really want to get my hands on one of those damn rough cuts because I just want to see, like, what I'm getting myself into. Because I know that he still has to film certain things. He needs to add voiceovers and some digital stuff to it. But from what I hear, the rough cut is already fantastic. So I can't wait. Alex, she says, non-binary robot. Neil says, can you think of a way to get Hollywood to bring back stop-motion monsters? 7 Voyage of Sinbad, Ray Harryhausen style. I can't believe Tim Burton and George Lucas never tried that. I agree. And we still see some of that happen with, was it Leica? Isn't it Leica Studios that does that? They're the ones that have done Coraline. So they did some claymation stop animation stuff with that. And their most recent film, Kubo and the Two Strings, was an excellent film. If y'all want to watch a really great animated movie that to me is not just a kid's movie, but kind of is one for the entire family where adults can really appreciate some of the deeper messages that are part of it, Kubo and the Two Strings is that film. If you've never seen Kubo and the Two Strings, I highly recommend it. And almost every project that Leica has been a part of, minus the Box Trolls. Box Trolls was not very good. They kind of tried to put some narrative stuff in there, some SJW narratives in there. It was very light though, but overall just the film wasn't very strong. But everything else they've done, like Coraline was great. What else did I do? Paranorman was really good too. And then yeah, Kubo and the Two Strings was excellent. It was so good. So yeah, I think that they're still making films. They're just not making nearly as many of them, but Leica is still making them. Hybrid says, just drank soy milk, tastes better than the sea cow milk from The Last Jedi. Siri says, really? What do you think critics liked about Annihilation? Yeah, it was well shot, but CG was iffy, script was only okay, and character depth was so forced they thought and was stupid too. Well, the reason why, and this goes back to why they like The Last Jedi, is because today's critic, if there's anything that is considered subversive, they automatically say, oh, I love it because it's nothing like we've seen before, because it goes in directions that no one was expecting. It takes twists that no one was expecting. So they take that as, oh, the movie subverted my expectations, and they think to themselves, oh, that means it's good. When in reality, it's like, no, just because you're subversive, just because you subvert expectations does not mean that what you're doing is good or smart or well done. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So that's the reason why I think it's because they're just so far up their own ass that they just don't understand exactly what it is they're doing. Or what they're saying, for that matter. Tina says, if you ever watch the Ring American remake, do not answer your phone if it rings during the movie and stay away from the VHS tapes. I hear that. B Please says, have you seen the others? No, I've seen parts of it, but I've never seen the whole thing. Sue says, okay, I'm done talking about this movie now. Yeah, I'm glad you are. Jeff says, any new movies coming out next month? The Meg is coming out this month. And I am so excited. I'm going to try and see the Meg on the biggest screen possible. So I have the AMC A-List app, and I'm waiting for the Thursday night showings to have an IMAX or a Dolby. If not, I might just have to wait until Friday or that weekend. But I'm going to see that movie like opening weekend, and I'm so excited for it. Not because I think it's going to be good, but because I am going to use the AMC credit I have to buy a popcorn and shove popcorn down my mouth as I see Jason Statham punch a shark, a giant megalodon shark in the face, because you know what's going to happen, and it's going to be awesome for all the wrong reasons. Dave Bob says, The Exorcist is the scariest movie I ever saw. I mean, the fact that I will still not watch that film tells you all you need to know about The Exorcist. Jeff Soul says, The Meg, never heard of it. I'm going to check the trailer now. Please do. It's hilarious. It is hilarious. It's about a giant megalodon shark. Lando says, robot porn saves. Whatever you say, Lando, you creepy, creepy old man. Hybrid says, love The Exorcist. Literally couldn't sleep after it. Yes, we'd love to watch it with you, Odin. Yeah, even if you don't want to watch the film yourself because you're scared, you can just see me be terrified as I watch the film. So that might be something to look forward to. Random. What's that, Random? I'm glad that we've been able to stop in on each other's chat. So thank you for joining us, Random. Greta says, The Exorcist, although terrifying, is a very well-made film. I mean, that's the reason why it's always considered to be one of the best films ever made. So obviously there is something to that. But yeah, terrifying is definitely the word for it. 7B says, if you need to contact the Allfather, go to odsblog@gmail.com or my Twitter. So again, if you want to contact me, if you have a question, if you want to have a dialogue, if you want to have a discussion or anything like that, if you want advice, I don't know what kind of advice I can give you, email me. Again, I have a dedicated email for my channel, and I also have my Twitter as well. So direct message me on Twitter or email me, and I would love to have a conversation with you guys. Alexander says, I didn't get notified about this stream. Alexander, I'm so sorry, man. Like, I'm just getting so pissed off at YouTube. So again, if you plan on donating tonight, think about going through Streamlabs instead, because that way none of your money will go to support Google or YouTube. Just a thought. If you want to super chat, great, because I mean, it's going to help the channel either way, but just a thought. Streamlabs is pretty cool because you can just go straight through PayPal. And you still get a notification. Your name pops up and everything, and all the messages and everything. And also, it makes us more likely to do a giveaway on this in future streams. Let's see. Thor was what? Said Mr. P. Donna says, Wet Bandits, do you leave your digital venues flooded? Yes. Yes, we do. Hound that says, never liked horror films. Yeah, me neither. They terrify me. That's kind of the point, I guess, is to scare you. I just don't like being scared. Not my favorite thing. Star says about Valkyrie in the Thor 3. She isn't even that Valkyrie. They're saying that she can't be. The blonde Valkyrie is in the film, and they ignore that. Yep. Like, the Valkyrie are a group of people, not just one person. Hiram says, my favorite dumb, fun popcorn flick movie is Army of Darkness. But to me, that's not even a dumb popcorn film. That was meant to be a comedy, and it's hilarious. It's great. So I'm glad that you like it, but for me, it's like the Army of Darkness and the Meg. Actually, no. Scratch that. The Meg is also really stupid in understanding that it's meant to be funny. I'm trying to think of like a big action film. Skyscraper. Or Jurassic World 2 is probably a better example. So Jurassic World 2 doesn't really have a whole lot of laughs in it. But it still is a fun popcorn flick. Neil says, some of the scariest moments in The Exorcist has no puke gore. It's the setting, the way the characters treat each other. Yeah, that's the reason why I don't want to watch it, because it's scary for a lot of reasons. Perth Comics, what's up, Perth Comics? Hi, Lord Odin and Lady Valkyrie. So, guys, that reminds me. So, Mr. Peabody, who I believe is still in the chat right now, so he won one of the contests that we had, and I just mailed out all of the Blu-rays today. So, if you don't know, some of the prizes that I give away include things like Star Wars, the despecialized edition. So that's the Star Wars as it originally was intended, as it was originally seen in the 1970s. Tina has actually watched it, has actually tested it out. And so she can tell you that it works, and just the feelings and emotion that it made her feel to actually see Star Wars, not Star Wars A New Hope, but Star Wars, and to have just all the things that it was originally meant to have in there. But it reminds me because we have another person in the chat, Mr. Peabody, who's also from Australia, and I thought, oh man, like the shipping cost on this is going to be insane. To ship a Blu-ray to Australia cost me like $13, which to me is like insanely low. I was not expecting it to be that much, or rather that little. So now I'm just even more excited because if I can ship to Australia for that little, then I'm not really worried about having to ship out all. So basically, I'm going to open up that opportunity to receive these Blu-rays to anyone. The only thing that might affect you is that I don't know if the Blu-rays that I'm burning are region free. I'm not putting any lock on them. I'm just using generic Blu-rays, so they should be fine. But I do know that sometimes there are Blu-rays that can only work in certain regions of the world. So if that does happen, I'm sorry, but you will have a Blu-ray that will have the movie on it. So just a thought, guys. But yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool that we can stay connected with everyone in the world for so little. Greta says, it is a slow build to the scary stuff. You can try to focus on how great the practical effects are. I could, but then I would just also be terrified. Yeah, 70B, thanks to the patrons, including Tina. Gwen says, what did you think of Thor Ragnarok? I loved it. I thought Thor Ragnarok was fantastic. Taika Waititi is fantastic. I finally saw What We Do in the Shadows, which is an excellent mockumentary about vampires. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. It is so damn funny. But my favorite character is probably Korg, who is played, motion captured by Taika Waititi. It's like, hello everybody, my name's Korg. This is my friend Meek. He has a fish head with scissors for hands. Oh, Meek's dead. I love that film. It's so great. I love Thor Ragnarok. It's one of my top 3 favorite Marvel films at this point. That's how good it is. It's just so fun. And also, he was able to revive the Thor franchise. Like, the first Thor film was excellent. It was great. I mean, Kenneth Branagh's in it, so it was fantastic. The second one was okay. I admit I liked it a lot because I do have a bias towards Thor films in general, and there were a lot of fun parts in it, but I also can admit that it was not the strongest. But Ragnarok was awesome. Jeff Soul says, okay, the Meg looks tight, Jaws on steroids. Yep. And that's the reason why I cannot wait to watch it. Tina says, did you say shivved if someone gets timeout? So watch it, Brad Noble. Yeah, Brad Noble. If you keep trolling, you're going to get shivved by one of my Valkyrie. Lon Soldier says, I'm getting the Husband of the Year award. My wife is making me watch 27 Dresses with her and her mother, who I love. Here's a funny story. So there is a musical that was off Broadway called Puffs, and one of the characters in it was given the direction in the show to make up whatever he wanted for one scene. He plays a character that's kind of like a hard ass, and so basically he's allowed to make up whatever he wants on the spot. And so one of the nights that he went on stage, he actually just went off on a tangent and explained the plot to 27 Dresses. And yeah, you have your work cut out for you for sure. And that's definitely a Husband of the Year award contender. Star Wars True Canon says, what is this? It's blood? I hope it's not Chris's blood. Loster says, I knew not to eat those cookies. They were laced with love. They were laced with betrayal, Lost. Betrayal. Gwen says, I have the right stuff movie on in the background now. Okay, cool. Hybrid says, respect to the Patreons. Yes, indeed. Tina says, to whomever asked about me making lasagna, yes, I do make a mean one. I believe it, Tina. I firmly believe that. Kegger1066 says, I like the smash button, but can I join the chat now? Yes, you can, Kegger. Welcome to the chat. Jake M says, the new Terminator movie looks terrible. I agree, Jake. I agree. I mean, just from the poster alone, I'm not excited. Now, if they put out a really great trailer that focuses more on Linda Hamilton and maybe on, Arnold Schwarzenegger, might be more excited for it. Hologram says, Odin, good evening. What's up, Hologram? Welcome back to the chat. Always great to have you, man. Tina says, I'll find it on Amazon and send you the link. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Lost Soldier is crying because he has to watch 27 Dresses with the wife. Oh man, that's just, I hope that the cookies aren't like the payment to watch that film, because I don't even think cookies, as good as they might be, are good enough to pay for you having to watch that movie. Dave Bob says the new Terminator looks like they are low T. Lost has to go again. Oh, I'm sorry, Lost. Stay strong, man. Mr. Pete says Alien 3 is underrated. Well, Alien 3, I believe that was the David Fincher film, and that film is interesting because it went through hell because of the studios. So I know that there are some people that defend parts of it, but even so, I think that it's never really gotten a good release. I think that the concept, the ideas that originally were there that David Fincher had were awesome, but the film itself just didn't. I have the entire Alien franchise, but I still need to rewatch 3 and Resurrection. Harvey Dowd says, hard to believe my first cinema experience was T2, now T6. That's awesome, dude. I would have loved to have been in the audience for T2 because I would have just been so engrossed in the film. it's one of my all-time favorite scores too. Like, there aren't a whole lot of scores out there that I could like sing and hum on a daily basis, but da dun dun da dun da dun dun da dun da dun da dun da dun, I could just do every day. Like, sometimes, like, if I'm like ever feeling like I just mowed the lawn, in my head I'm doing the Terminator theme because I'm like, yeah, damn, I just terminated that lawn. Hologram also agrees John Carter was fun. I agree. Tina says, I didn't hate John Carter either. You're right. Not the best of all time, but I enjoyed it and was sorry we'll never see more. I agree. I agree. Dave Bob also did not hate John Carter, so it looks like we have some people. So Disney, look, even when you made a film that most people would say, objectively speaking, was not the strongest film, we still liked it. Just a thought. Just a thought. Let's see. Angel Butler says, please say Matt Damon one more time. Absolutely. Anytime that you put Matt Damon in the chat, I will read it. And I will read it just the way it was always intended to be. Just as it was always intended to be. Let's see. Mr. Pete says, Barsoom, John Carter was an inspiration for George Lucas. Nice. Hologram is excited for 3000. Hyper says, John Carter wasn't terrible and it at least had good visuals and CGI. I agree. I totally agree with that statement. I'd say it was good in my opinion, but not rewatchable. Respectfully, no, I agree. For sure. Again, was it a great movie? No. But was it a fun movie? Like, to me, that is like an example of a fun popcorn flick. Like, it's not really strong plot-wise, but it's got some nice things to look at, some fun action scenes, and, you know, it's not terrible. B Please says, Odin, do you think that we are going to see Cate Blanchett's Hela again? Also, your forehead is kind of more shiny than Krillin's. B Please, that's a digital cookie for you, because I love the Krillin reference, and you're right. Thank you for that. It's possible. I think that it's kind of assumed that she was destroyed during Ragnarok, but obviously we know that some characters can come back if they're powerful enough, and to me, Hela seems like a powerful enough character to be able to come back from that, so it's possible. It's definitely possible. Per says, I thought Taylor Kitsch made a good Gambit and X-Men Origins Wolverine. He was probably the best part of that film. Like, to me, was he fantastic? Not necessarily, but he did the role as well as he could have. So I would agree with you there. He did the role as well as he could have, and I would say that Gambit's probably one of the better parts of the X-Men Origins film. Oh, that film. Source says, I recommend any of the tales from and novels of Star Wars. You get multiple characters by multiple authors, and they are all Star Wars original characters. All right, good to know. Hologram says, I want to read the John Carter books. I hear they're really good. I've heard the same thing. And if I had time in the day to read so many other books, I would put John Carter on the list because it sounds great. Perth Comics says, Army of Darkness used stop motion. I believe they did, especially when they were doing the skeletons. They used some stop motion for that too. We hit 50, guys. Boom. Star Wars says, Robot Chicken does it all the time. That's also true. Meg says, personally, I'd say Star Wars Outbound Flight is a good one-off novel to follow the Thrawn trilogy, but hasn't someone been clamoring for you to read Star Wars Death Troopers? I think if they did, they only did it one time, but I actually read about Outbound Flight when I was doing some research for my video today, and I believe that Drew Sabaoth is in that book, so actually I might want to read that book just to know more about Drew Sabaoth's character. Hybrid says, thanks for the suggestion, Odin. We'll check it out. Yeah, definitely do. CWD, shop smart. Shop S-smart. Oh, it's such a great film. Oh, it's so damn good. Guys, Army of Darkness is another really, really great film. Give me some sugar, baby. Mex says, Star Wars True Canon has a good suggestion. Really? Where is it? Oh, Robot Chicken? Dave says, I watched Kubo and the Two Strings with my grandson, and he loved it. He's 3. It's so good. Like, again, it's a film for everyone, because kids can enjoy it, but it's also got some very adult themes in it, too, and it's just fun. It's just a lot of fun. Donald Hudson says, now I swear the next one of you primitive F-heads even touches me. Wayne Johnny says, critics like artsy-fartsy stuff. You're right. That is another way of putting it for sure. CWD says, it's less than subverting expectations, but just drastically lowering them. Yep. GK version 1. What's up, GK? No one cares what critics think. Critics don't buy DVDs and merch. Exactly. And yet sometimes people do put more stock into what critics have to say, which is interesting because that's a very good point. Mr. Pete says, I miss Kubo. Well, I think it's still on Netflix, so if you want to, go check it out. It's not a very long film, and it's really good. Star Wars says, does anyone remember Purge? Not The Purge, but Purge, where cell phone signals kill ghosts. No, but that sounds interesting. Mex says, subverting expectations equals weak attempt at M. Night Shyamalan's iconic twist of George R. Martin's trope, deconstruction, reconstruction. Dude, I love that. Mex, digital cookie for you, man. Star says, Purge is like Ring and Grudge being from Japan. Oh, okay. I think I understand what you're talking about. B Please says Kubo and the Two Strings was trash. It was predictable and boring. The only thing it had going for it was the animation, the voice work. I loved it. No, it was it was touching and it was fun. So it might have been predictable and you may not like it. I respect you for not liking it, but it was not trash. It was a very well done film. Star says Lando did invent YVH droid series. Neil says the Meg actually looks like a fun late 90s goofy monster flick. Gonna watch it. Yeah, I agree. I'm definitely gonna be watching it opening weekend. Super says, oh no, just saw the new Terminator promo. Never even seen Terminator, but this looks awful. Never seen Terminator before, but this promo does not make me want to watch at all. Yeah, don't watch that one, but watch the original Terminator and watch T2. Get through T1 so you can watch T2 because T2 is, again, one of the best action films of all time. Wayne Drenning says, you'll never eat pea soup again. Yes, you're right. Mr. Pete says, it takes place on Mars with fictional races. Yep. Darth Valhalla says, if you wish to see fear itself from a movie, I recommend Showgirls. Dude, I've had so many people talk about Showgirls on this chat over the past several weeks, and I have no intention of seeing that film. I know it's bad, but I just don't want to see it at all. Donald Hudson says, The Happening was so anticlimactic and made my brain hurt. The Happening is also very funny. You're gonna kill me in my sleep? No, man, we're not. No. Mark Wahlberg acting in that film. Lando Calrissian says, does anyone remember Wedge? You know, the dude who blew up 2 Death Stars without a scratch? Oh, do I remember Wedge? Yes, I do. And he's featured a lot in Thrawn so far. Dave Bob says, Army of Darkness rules. I would agree. I absolutely agree. Thal says, where in the galaxy is Wedge? Mr. Pete says, I won too. Yes, you did. And yours is also on the way, Mr. Pete. So Mr. Pete also won. And so his Blu-ray is on the way. Super says, sorry if this is mean, but legitimately it looks like they went out of their way to make the women in the middle look ultra masculine. They just want brownie points. I don't think you're wrong. I do not think you're wrong on that statement for sure. Dave Bob says, first you want to kill me. Now you want to kiss me. Tina says, yes. Is right. I'm right. I did test it out, and just hearing the 20th Century Fox fanfare and know A New Hope, I was in tears. I want to feel that way about Star Wars again. Well, Tina, I'm so glad that you appreciate that. And yeah, guys, so those are the things that you can win here when I do giveaways. But again, I don't do giveaways unless I have the ability to afford to do the giveaways. So if you want to give a super chat or if you want to give a donation on Streamlabs, I would greatly appreciate it. You don't have to, but I do appreciate it nonetheless because it allows me to do more giveaways for more people. And also, you get yourself a digital cookie. So if you do donate, your name automatically gets put into the running to win a prize, which could also be a despecialized edition on Blu-ray. And since now I know I can ship to Australia, I can ship it to anywhere you are in the world, except for maybe Antarctica, because it's too cold down there. Rich says, a Last Jedi Defender told me I had to pay attention to the critics because they are the experts. The next day I watched a film school professor give a lecture on why it was a bad movie. Boom. Yep. It's so funny, they'll say that, and then it's like, well, what about the critics who did hate it? Because it did not get a perfect 100% from critics. So there were critics that did not like it. So what do you have to say about them? They are also experts, right? So would you say that their opinion is also valid? It's a good point. Hologram says, I live in Antarctica. Well, I'm sorry, but the coldness would destroy the Blu-ray. Perth says, most Aussies have region-free players. Good to know. Thank you, Perth Comics. Thank you so much. So I'm not worried. So Mr. Peabody, yours should work just fine. Donna says, Clatu Verita crap. There I said it. Lando Calrissian says, Korg, not Porg, baby. So 70B at 926 posted the link to my Streamlabs page. So again, if you want to donate, you can donate there. It's through PayPal, so YouTube gets none of it. They get none of it. So for all the people that don't get notifications, don't worry. You do not have to give a penny to YouTube. You can just click the link, and then you'll get a little pop-up right here in the chat, and it'll be your message, your name, all that fun stuff. And also, you will support the channel and allow me to do more giveaways and fun stuff in the future. I really want to give away. I really want to do a giveaway tonight, but I don't know yet. GK says, I thought Hercules Ragnarok was great too. Mr. B says, thank God Thanos killed Korg. No, Korg. Oh, no, I love Korg. Korg's great. Tina says, for any of you interested in a book about how Disney lost interest in the John Carter series and let the movie die a slow death, the book is called John Carter and the Gods of Hollywood. That sounds interesting. I'm going to have to read that. B Please says, have you watched the Scary Movie franchise, or are they scary for you? If you have one, which is your favorite? Mine is the third one. I like the first one because I feel like every movie after that gets subsequently worse. And also, I just really there are just a lot of things I really like about that film. But yeah, I'd say the first. Is the second one the one when they have the guy who's like, take my little hand, child. The other hand's not strong enough. My germs. Is that 2 or 3? Because I like that one too, but all the other ones kind of just fall off the radar for me. But no, those weren't scary because those were meant to be funny. Let's see. Perth says Taika Waititi should direct Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I agree. If there's anyone that could get the same kind of laughter and comedy and great chemistry between characters, Taika Waititi would be the one to fill in the void left by James Gunn. Because, you know, despite everything going on with James Gunn, no one can deny that the guy was a very brilliant writer for the Guardians franchise and also a very good director for the Guardians franchise. But if anyone could do it, right, it would be Taika Waititi. So I really do hope that they bring him on because I think that would be the perfect choice. Tina says, we'll post the link on your Twitter. Thank you. But any of you interested, if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can read it for free. So Tina, thank you for posting that link. So again, if you click on the link at 927, that is how you get to the book that talks about John Carter and Hollywood. Mex says, did your Valkyries learn how to make shivs from Martha Stewart during the roast of Justin Bieber? Yes. You're right about that for sure. Hiram says, what I love about the Evil Dead trilogy is how different they were in their genre. First one was slasher, horror. Second, introduced comedy. Third was pure comedy with elements of horror. I agree. I absolutely agree. I mean, if you've never seen the Evil Dead franchise, that's exactly correct. So the first one, David P. Welcome to the channel, David P. Welcome. So if you've never seen it, the first one really is horror. It's really scary. The second one then adds in elements of comedy and horror, and it's a really good mix. And then 3, Army of Darkness, is just so damn good. And you're right. I love how they do that too. It's one of the coolest franchises around. Gwen says, I've been saying the same thing that Taika Waititi can direct Guardians 3 easily, hands down, probably better. I would agree. I would absolutely agree with that. Hologram, lasagna. Star Wars says, I don't like in Thor 3 that Thor makes too many jokes and acts like a modern human. He's supposed to be more like the Black Panther, serious, but can make a joke every now and then. I would agree, but the fact that they did it so well makes me forgive that. So the fact that the execution worked flawlessly makes me forgive that. CWD says, wait, what? What is this? A pog? A pog sandwich? Stevie says, y'all are going to love the trivia game. Yeah, Tina's been working very hard on the questions, so I can't wait to do the first trivia night. That should be fun. Hiram says, hashtag Taika Waititi for Guardians 3. I agree. What is the Matrix says, sup party people? What is up? What is the Matrix? Glad to have you here. Donna says, careful, Valkyrie shivs are Morgul blades is loaned from the Nazgul. Yes, on loan from the Nazgul. I love that Lord of the Rings shout. Hologram says, pork lasagna hound, but the cookie sounds good too. GK says, a new Terminator looks like he cuts himself just to feel something. It's like a Kylo Terminator at this point. Lando says, I'll take Valkyrie shivs over the Jovitos any day. Tina says, saw T2 opening weekend, packed audience, and we loved it. Aw, Tina, I'm so jealous. I would have loved to have been part of the opening weekend of that film. Hybrid says, perfect workout soundtrack. Yeah, absolutely. Harley says, hologram. Null 8 Few and F says, T2 theme for the win. Yes, Null, you are right about that. It is such a great theme. Mystery says, I heard Terminator 6 will simply be called Terminator. Star says, wear the shades while you're mowing for added effect. I do. I have black shades now, so yes. Dave Al says, America, F yeah. Here to save the mother effing day, yeah, America. Gwen says, I saw Terminator 1 many moons ago when it first came out and the special price was 75 cents. Oh, man, I miss the theater. I miss the theater. I really do miss when it was so simple. You could go see a movie and just make a night of it. Now it's just so complicated. Hologram says, the teaser trailer for T3, everyone in theater went nuts and cheered when the theme came on. What a letdown. I agree. I was excited for it too, and then the movie came out, and then, of course, we all know what happened from there. Donna says, Jaws theme for the win. It's another great theme. Perth Comics says, Alien 3 was bad in my opinion because CGI Alien, when CGI looked bad, killed Newt and Reese off screen and then killed Sigourney and real Bishop shouldn't exist. Yep. So that's why, even though the studio did get involved with the film, and even though what he had originally planned probably would have been a good film, what we ended up getting was not. Neil says, a lot of people in my audience love the little Tasmanian devil dog in John Carter. Yeah, he was fun. It was a fun character. Bear says, like many, I had to watch Twilight with a girl. Thankfully, years of MST3K prepared me for the mockery needed to survive. Matt Damon. J-Bob says, Bacala Street. Hiram says, Hella is a hella fantastic sister. I agree. Brando says, good God. Yes, good God. Super says, unlike Krillin, you have a nose and can grow a glorious beard. And I can grow hair. He can grow hair too. But yeah, he can't grow a beard. Donna says, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That's another great film. I love it. There's been rumors for a long time that they want to remake it. I hope that never happens. It's perfect the way it is. Star says, I like Origin. It has heart. You're one of the few, but hey, I appreciate it. Sammy says, 50. Yo, and yeah, thank you for reminding me. I need to drink water. Let's see. Perth Comics says, X-Men Origins Wolverine was fixed in the Deadpool 2 after credit scene, but that wasn't the only bad part of the film, though. It was the worst part by a long shot, but it wasn't the only thing. Brando says, get out the broomsticks. Gwen says, I've read the first 7 John Carter books. They were excellent. Amazing that a guy... sorry, I just got skipped. I'm so far behind in the chat. So far behind. I don't mind because you're amazing. And I love you all so much. Let's see. Kegger says, long time ago when I was DM in D&D, I used to T2 theme for Dragon's Secret Knock. Nice. Oh, man. All right. Wow. What is the Matrix? Thank you so much. Donated $10. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that. Just wanted to encourage you, bro. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. What is the Matrix? I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that super chat. It means a lot from me, and thank you for being a part of this community. And I love you, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see. Hybrid says, good, bad. I'm the guy with the gun. Hey, Great Jedi. What's up, a Great Jedi? Welcome back to the chat. Mr. PI says, Empire used stop motion, and they try to use it in a Jedi for the Rancor. Yeah, that's right. Brad says, good, bad. I'm the guy with the gun. Copying people, Brad. So lazy. You're like Hollywood right now. Great Jedi says, did I miss the 9 discussion? We always talk about 9 every now and then, but we've been talking about Terminator mostly and a lot of other fun stuff. And also Ash vs. Evil Dead and, you know, the Evil Dead series. Star says, is in Ash vs. Evil Dead, when the doll fights Ash, I lose it every time. That is one of the funniest fights I've ever seen. Ooh, sounds like I need to check this out. Because I do love Ash as a character. Donald says, how about some hot chocolate, huh? Aw, yeah, you like that, didn't you? Get that hot chocolate, Donald Hudson. Yeah. A Great Jedi says, by the way, my take on how to save Luke. All right, can't wait to hear it. CWD says, Jaws the shark, Darth Meg, nothing beats a giant shark with a lightsaber and force abilities. Yeah, so someone in the chat gave me a video to everything's better when animals have lightsabers, and it's a fight between 2 squirrels, and someone added in post-digitally lightsabers, and it's fantastic. And it's audio being used from the fight that happens in episode 3. I love it. Kegger says, T2 is one of the few sequels better than the original. I agree. 70B and Dave, 70B says Showgirls is everything, but Dave Bob says it's the worst, while Random says Showgirls was fun, trash but fun. So it sounds like a bad fun movie, pretty much. Sounds like it. Dave Bob says Striptease was better. I did give Max a cookie, yes. Max says, what's the worst? Batman and Robin, Showgirls, Movie 43, or Freddy Got Fingered? All right, so I've only seen, of that list, I've only seen Batman and Robin. So I would have to say Batman and Robin of the movies that I've seen. But from what I've heard, I hear Movie 43 is one of the worst movies, period. Not just one of the worst comedies, but one of the worst movies ever made. So those are my thoughts on that. Super says, the hot dog man was the greatest part of the happening. I agree. All right, a Great Jedi starts off by saying, my take on saving Luke. With the strength that Luke had to amass in order to protect himself and Crate, he inadvertently opened the gate of worlds between worlds and is currently trapped there. Ooh, that could be interesting. A Great Jedi says, he meets Obi-Wan and Anakin there and takes him to a portal in Naboo just in time to say goodbye to Leia. All right, can't wait to find more about that. Miss B says, Showgirls would have gotten less hate if it had less flesh. Hiram says, I don't think T2 is better than the original in my opinion, but it had no doubt the best sequels of all time. I think T2 is better, but that's because I prefer action films, and to me, T2 is significantly a better action film. But it is a different genre, I would say. And that's to give the cookie to Mex. Yes, indeed, Ham 3000. B Please says, is Frieza the most powerful being in the universe? Heck no. Heck no. Frieza gets beat like Frieza was. And then I always say she because again, we figured it out. We figured this out the other day. So the person that did the voiceover for the American redub was originally a woman. So when I say she, I was actually technically right because it was a female voice that I was hearing. But the character is technically also male. And so no, Frieza is not the most powerful because every time Frieza comes back, gets his ass whooped. Mr. Pete says, how I rank the films: T2, T1, TS, TG, T3. Sounds like a pretty good order. Donald Hudson says, so happy to have mine. Kids are at the grandparents, so I can't wait until they see it. Thanks again. No problem, Donald Hudson. I cannot wait till it gets to you, and I hope that y'all enjoy it. And please also let me know when you do watch it, and let me know your thoughts. Because it is a really cool cut. Like what they're able to do by cutting several films together and then doing work, you know, doing some coloring and everything. It's just so amazing what they're able to do. Super says, Aussies get region-free players. Lucky. That is very lucky. Alexander says, I can't... my chat jumped again. Why does my chat keep jumping? It makes me mad. Why is my chat keep jumping? I'm so far... You're right. I just saw someone say, he's so far behind in the chat. I really am at this point. All right. Alexander says, I can't believe Brad would troll you. That is such an evil thing to do. Arya Stark, Jamie Lannister. No, no, please no fanfiction of Arya Stark and Jamie Lannister. No. Hiram says, Korg survived. Don't worry. Meek's dead, though, because half the universe needs to see. No, but then it's like, oh, Meek's dead. Oh, Meek's, you're alive. Gwen says, Korg is a rock. He's probably floating around in space in an asteroid. I would love to see him then pass him by in a spaceship saying, hey, how's it going? Nice to see you here. My name's Korg. Wayne Drenning says, Chris Elliott was really funny and scary. Okay, so Scary Movie 2, thank you. But take my other hand, child. But this one's not strong enough. She says, The Meg is based on a series of novels by Steve Alton, one of my favorite authors, and the Meg books are a lot better than what the trailers would suggest. Okay. She says, been waiting for this movie for years now. Gwen says, Guardians 2 was warped. Rewatch it now that you know about Gunn's tweets. I thought it was a pervy movie before the fiasco. I haven't seen it since then, so you might be right about that. I have to watch it again. Dave says, I saw Star Wars 8 times in the theater, 8 times in 1977. I was 20. It was the best sci-fi cowboy space opera ever. Yeah, man. Like, I say this, but I'm so jealous of you because I would have loved to experience Star Wars for the first time in theaters. It would have been an amazing experience. Yes, I am far behind the chat, Alexander. Gwen says, I saw Star Wars 2 in 1977. I wanted to be like Luke, and I'm a female, exactly. And that's the reason why they're trying to make characters that more people are able to, to see their representation on the screen, even though people can connect to characters who are not their race, who are not their gender, but people in Hollywood just don't understand that. They'd rather focus on the political messaging than on actually making a great script with a great character. Harman says, that reminds me when I saw Red Skull in Infinity War, he looked like a Nazgul at first. Yeah, he did. Jeff Soul says, Dave Bob, he's talking to someone else. Improper Voorhees. Improper Voorhees. Is that the original Voorhees? Did you change your name? I'm on set as security, and all I'm doing is guarding the porta potties at the second location, and I'm all by myself, not allowed to leave. Hope someone brings me food. Help. Dude, Voorhees, I wish we could help you, man. But unfortunately, all I can do is lend my voice at this time, which I don't know if that's enough to help you. Mr. says, Alien 3, Alien was not CGI. Hybrid says, yeah, I hated that they were just erased in Alien 3 as if they didn't exist. Gwen says, woola, John Carter's dog, my 265-pound Mastiff looks like him. Oh, my God. Oh, that sounds like an amazing dog. Let's see. Tina says, to the person who had to suffer through Twilight movies, my thoughts are with you, and may you have survived. Also, What is Matrix? Thank you once again for your $10 super chat. I appreciate that so much. I appreciate the support. It helps me out. CW says, if it wasn't for MSTK3, I would not enjoy or realize that what makes a movie bad, and help me enjoy kaiju movies and later asylum movies. Hyper says, I can admit I was born late, but I wish I could have had a time machine, travel back in the 70s and 80s, watch all the best movies. I agree, especially the 80s. 80s action films are just amazing. What Major says, actually, that was for that song right there. Oh, well, thank you. Reno says, Yink Odin owes $10. What? I don't owe anything. He got a digital cookie. Mitch says, thanks, Valkyries, all the bomb. They are the bomb. They really are great. Copying, says Brad Noble. Not at all, Brad. B Please says, did Alien Covenant ruin the Alien franchise, and do you have higher or low expectations for Alien Awakening? I have mixed thoughts because I don't think Alien Covenant ruined the franchise. It definitely was not a good addition. To me, when you watch the YouTube clips that they posted that weren't in the film but should have been in the film because they added a lot of character development to the overall story and made you care about characters that died very early on, I think that it was... it wasn't good by any means. It was definitely it was a huge letdown for sure. But I don't think it was bad enough to make the franchise unsavable at this point. So as long as they go back to their roots in the right way, I definitely think that Alien Awakening could be a very, very good film. Brad Noah says, Brian Johnson wants his head back. Brad, I hate you. Is anyone an Interstellar fan? I am. Took me 2 times to enjoy it, but I did like it. Voorhees donated $2 to Super Chat. May I please have a digital cookie for my suffering? Yes, improper. Voorhees, you may have a cookie. Thank you for your Super Chat donation. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And yes, you have now earned yourself a digital cookie, so hopefully that gets you through the trouble. And also, with that, I think we're going to do a giveaway. I think we're about to wrap things up and do a giveaway. So Valkyrie, start getting that list of cookies together. And if we get any more Super Chats or donations, we might do 2. But at this point, we can justify doing 1. Dalhaz says, if you are currently in the Northern Hemisphere, Mars is out and beautiful. Oh, I mean, I checked that out. I think it's cloudy outside here, unfortunately, so I'm not going to be able to see it. Hyron says, movie 43, definitely bad. Gwen, I love Interstellar. I agree. Interstellar is great. Angel says, dude, you should see Bruce Lee lightsaber fight scenes. Oh, I've seen a couple, and they're great. Wayne Drenning says, for those who are younger and missed the 80s and 90s, I just remember that the effect were before CGI took over. Yeah, again, practical effects were so cool. Tina says, if you get Pluto TV, they sometimes run Showgirls a few times a week, and in the middle of the afternoon sometimes, worth watching once, and boy, is it bad. I don't know if I want to go out of my way to watch that movie. Let's see. Hybrid says, yeah, I love Interstellar. Improper says, oh my god, movie 43 sucked. I cannot believe I paid to see that piece of crap movie. It just looks so bad, and the reviews are so bad, I never justified actually seeing it. Per says, Kevin Smith's Tusk is one of the worst films ever made. Yeah, I was working at AMC theaters at that time, and I remember I walked in for a hot second just to make sure that the screen was okay, and all I saw was he turns into a walrus, I think is what happens, and oh boy, it was terrifying. Hologram says T2 had guns and roses too. Kubrick is overrated, says bitter. Alexander Toro says, nah, Frieza ain't, because Cthulhu is a once-in-a-universe trooper fallion. Gwen says, Odin, my Great Dane, which recently passed away, was named Freya. Oh, that's so cool, Gwen. I'm so sorry that you lost. I have 2 puppies myself, but my parents have had dogs for a long time. I know that's hard, so I'm sorry to hear that. Dave says, Jar Jar Binks is the most powerful being. Agreed. Great Jedi continuing on says, I am not that creative. Thank you for the vote of confidence. That is a good idea to save Luke. I really do think I think that's a great idea to save Luke. I think you're absolutely right about that. So that's great. Star Wars True Canon says Frieza is not the most powerful by a long shot. Goku is the world's strongest. I would agree with that to a point. Wayne says, speaking of 90s movies, does anyone remember Mark Hamill in Slipstream? Never saw it. Meg says, just saw the Chipmunk clip with lightsabers, and it was far more epic and better choreographed than anything in The Last Jedi. I agree. It's so damn good. Neil says to Tina, Super says, speaking of edited lightsaber fights, have you ever seen the Game of Thrones lightsaber battles? People have made fun of them for a few scenes, but best was Oberyn versus the Mountain. I have not. So Super, if you can email that to me or tweet at me, I'd appreciate it. CW Trixie says, gotta go, geeks and gamers. Keep the movie quotes coming, and may the Schwartz be with you. What a world, what a world. And Vori says, your chat keeps jumping because you take forever to read it. I'm so sorry, dude. Hiram says, Michael Bay is overrated with his overrated explosions and exploceptions. Inceptions. Great Jedi says, I just finished watching Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. Amazing. Miss Peepa, I just watched Chipmunk Lightsaber Duel. Brilliant. I know, it's so damn good. Wesmage says, zombie movie fans from Romero originals to Ramada remakes, Dawn of the Dead, the newest classics like 28 Days Later. Got a bit of cloud cover, says Brad. Star Wars says, I agree about Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It has a new meaning after hearing those tweets. Yeah, I'm going to have to rewatch it. Neil Kuhlen says, definitely would have been a triggered conversation with a 12-year-old, not in the cards. Yeah. Gwen says, I'm not a Guardian hater. I love the first movie. 3D is spectacular too. Yeah, the first film's fantastic. Still holds up. Hybrid says, you know, it would be funny if they re-release every 70s, 80s movie now to replace some garbage. Could you imagine if they had If they did re-releases of some of these classic films, imagine if they re-released the original Star Wars, like the original Star Wars film in theaters. That film would make more money in this run in 2018 than Solo did. Guaranteed. If they did a wide release of that film, they would make bank. And it costs them nothing, really, because it's already paid for itself in the long run. Alexander Turner says, how you see me scrolling down, boy. Dan Palpatine did Doan Bug, Detortors, Comlink. Well, then you just keep going. Blah, blah, blah. Voorhees, thank you again for the chat. Brando says Mars is still hovering in my time zone. Nice. Gwen says I read the book Science of Interstellar. My Kip Thorne. It's great. Interesting. All right. Wes Major says, speaking of zombies, the flaw in the gun issue seems to be thinking that reputation damage and suspicion are incompatible with free speech. I agree. We'll have a list over on Twitter. Great. I'm already being blown up by it already. Star Wars says, no time for caution is what makes Interstellar so stellar for me. The whole scene and when they came up on Jupiter just get me in the feels. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many cool things they do. So many cool things. 70B is getting the tally ready. Wrap up. No, I just got here. I have to stay here until like 4 a.m. I'm so sorry, improper. But because of your donation, you are entered in automatically for the giveaway. So you might be able to win something. That could be fun. Wayne Drenning says, I thought I saw The Dead listed on Tubi. We'll watch it. It was bad, says Brad. Frickin' Tusk, sweet lord. Vori says, I'm on the West Coast, by the way, so it's even longer. Wish it was 2 hours ahead. Oh, man, that's right. Oh, you have such a long wait. Wes Major says, by the way, chat, I'm conceptualizing the porn menu. Yes. What is the Matrix? I cannot wait to see it. Brando says, losing a dog is the worst. It really is. Lando says, pork taint is a delicacy on investment. Lando. Lando. No. Donald Hudson says, I'm not sure, but I think Mars is an opposition, which would make the mind the prince for a while. Our condolences to your dog, Gwen. Hypern, yeah, absolutely. When Mitch says, agree those jokes in a world where pedophilia is reputed, common, and the culture is gross. What about Mark Hamill and Sleepwalkers? He's barely in it, and he was like MacGyver, but it was the whole film worth it. Star Wars True Canon, never seen it. B Please says, let's start Save Luke. I agree. Hashtag Save Luke. Pork tacos was the Matrix. Neil says Mark Hamill and Ray Dong Chong in Time Runner. Alexander Don says pork tacos with Ewok fajitas. Alexander Price says episode 9 The Force Redacted. Damn right. Mex says Han shot first. Yeah, in the edition that I have, Han does shoot first. Hypern says spot on Odin Solo. Kinda did says Brad. Wes Major says that this chat is an actual pork eating fetish, and I like it. It's so crazy. It's so creepy too. Dalhazard says episode 9 The Forced Apologize. Tina says we are counting the cookies and saw we're discussing pork tacos. Really need a cookbook. All pork meat can be substituted with pork, chickens, beef. Yeah, I agree. That would be an amazing thing to sell. Null says I still wait for the original versions of the original trilogy on Blu-ray, DVD, or any digital medium. Yeah, no, and again, if you ever have a comment that makes me laugh, or if you super chat or anything like that, you have an opportunity to win a despecialized edition. So it is the original on Blu-ray. It's just not an official release. All right, 70B, thank you. I'm going to check the group chat in a second. I just want to try and catch up with this. Brandon says, Odin shining forehead made me rethink my new telescope. Damn you. All right, thank you, Tina, for the chats. Amal, what's up, man? We're wrapping things up. Dave says, I took my son's Star Wars re-release in 1990 so they could see them in theaters. Too bad they were redone by Lucas. Yeah, that's the reason why. If they could do the originals, they would make so much bank. Lando says, pork tartar goes well with garlic bread. Tasty porgs. I need 2 Odin foreheads to see Mars tonight. Wayne Jennings says, why did the droid army use fire against the Wookiees? B says, well, gotta go. Thanks for entertaining me during work where I sit my ass guarding a gate. That's okay. Yeah, B, please, if you don't want to leave just yet, you have a digital cookie. If you win, you might. Neil's saying good night. You, Lord Doomcock, random. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to stop reading the chat, guys, at 10:03. I'm going to stop reading the chat. All right, so I'm now going to go over to Twitter. So, again, I'm not going to be up with the chat for now. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and... So I'm going to... So again, guys, the chat is down. The chat is down. And I'm not going to be able to catch up with it because it's going to fall away from me. All right. So Tina, you sent it on a private message, I'm assuming? Do y'all have a full list? All right. So random name selector. All right, guys. So I do not have the chat up right now, so just bear with me. All right, so Brad Noble has 3. Well, let's do this right. Brad's gonna say it's rigged because he has not won yet. But Brad, you will win at some point. So Brad. Dave Bob has 1. Where else? DJD has 1. Oh, come on, computer. Don't crap out on me now. Don't crap out on me now. All right, Dave Bob. Oh my goodness, my computer is just like jumping all over the place. All right, I got Dave Bob. DJD. Come on, DJD. Who else? Nickel has 2, but he left. Voorhees, Neil, Hypern has 2. All right, so Hypern, and then Voorhees. So I'm not going to put Nickel because he left. Neil, Donald Hudson. I think B Please left. Jeff Soul, Mex. What is the Matrix? All right. Jeff Soul, Mex. What is the Matrix? And also, Mex, I'm going to go ahead and take you out of the running. You'll still be up for the monthly running when I do a bigger prize, but because you have a prize coming to you, I want to make sure everyone... Also, I'm going to take Donald Hudson out too because he has a prize coming his way as well. I think that just... It keeps it fair. I want to make sure that we have new winners, and it'll reset probably like once every few weeks or so. But let me go back to the chat real quick. Did I get everybody? So I'm going back to live chat. Was that everybody? Was that everybody? Let me go up the chat a little bit. I really hope it's not Brad. Yeah, be patient, guys. I'm gonna get there. So Perth, yeah. So your cookie is still valid, just not for this live stream. So there is going to be one where all the cookies for every live stream, and it's going to be for a huge prize. So it is still going to count towards another prize in the future, just not for tonight. All right. Cool. All right, that is everyone. All right, so the winner of tonight's giveaway is... Don't be Brad. Please, please don't be Brad. Oh, this actually makes me happy. So the man himself, who's very, very sad that he got on really late. Voorhees, you have won. Congratulations, Voorhees. You have won the giveaway tonight. Congratulations, Voorhees. It's a mutant cookie with arms. Congrats to Voorhees. Congrats, Voorhees. All right, so Voorhees. Lando says, woo. All right, so Voorhees, what I need you to do is I need you to email me odinsmovieblog@gmail.com just to confirm you are who you are. So email me and then I'll get back to you with your options for your prize. But I know a lot of people who don't have the Despecialized Star Wars tend to want that. But we can talk about that through email. So is he still here? Yes, he is. Yeah, Voorhees, you won. You won. So yeah, Voorhees, all you need to do, step forward to claim your prize. So yeah, Voorhees, all you need to do at this point is just email me, odinsmovieblog@gmail.com. And then, yes, everyone cheer for Voorhees. Woo! Yes! Email me your fingerprints. Well, improper. I'm glad that we're able to keep it up for you. And yeah, thank you very much. So Steph just posted the email. How many damn cousins does Odin have on here? Dude, Brad, you're going to win at some point. Like, with all the chats you put out there, and you've been donating a lot lately, too, you're going to get one at some point, man. Like, I'm just telling you right now. Everyone at some point is going to get one. Ah, B, please say it too. Any caps in the name? Nope. It's all Owens Review blog. No punctuation, no changed letters or anything. And yes, thank you. So Tina just posted out my Patreon page. So again, if you want to become a patron, click on that link and join. And as that happens, I'm going to go ahead and just refresh my stream really quick, or rather my page really quick. All right, and so I want to give another huge shout out to my patrons, who are Castellan Fry, Dave Bob, Enrique Evangelista, Jeffrey Toon, Slide Jones, the DJD Show, those two bald guys, and of course my lovely Valkyrie Tina. Thank you so much for being patrons. Y'all are amazing. And yes, so if you want to give a last minute donation, I appreciate it. It'll help the channel and also help future giveaways in the future and things like that. So yeah, man, Voorhees, congratulations. Please go ahead and shout out to me on my email. Let's see, Mex says we're going to need hair samples, skin samples, and stool samples. Well, we don't need them, but Odin will. Yes, Mex would know because he's had to go through this already. Bitter that says we'll need a specimen to check blood, hair, whatever. All right, guys, so let's have the good nights coming through. All right, so good night, good night, good night. What is the Matrix? Yes, indeed. Clap, 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 clap. Point. Yes, indeed. You're amazing. What is the Matrix? So I also want to thank Improper Voorhees. What is the Matrix? Nickel Noodles, Dave Bob, the DJD Show, and Brad Noble for your super chats and donations tonight. Y'all are amazing. P-Test is what is the Matrix. Give Jason Voorhees the Hammer now hours worthy. Yes, indeed. Good night, Donald Hudson. You are amazing. Good night to everyone on the stream. Night Rig Show, says Brad. Brad, you're going to win it at some point. Yes, Steph, thank you for that. Thank you, my Valkyries. My Valkyries, you have a good night. Buenos noches, hermano. Good night. What is the Matrix? Thank you so much for joining us once again. Mex says, dismissal. Good night, meatbags. Yes, I love that I can catch that reference now. Later Gator says Kegger. Good night, says Jeff Cotto. And Proper says, send me, let me know if you got it. I did. I got it. So I'm going to email you back once the stream's over. All right, good night, Lando. Good night, Steph. Good night, Perth. Matt Damon says Bitter. Good night, Bitter. Hyper says, night, everyone. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Hyprin. Good night, Super. Good night, Amal. Good night, Be Please. What is Matrix says, in the words of my mom, y'all be good. Good night. What is Matrix? Brad Noble wins tomorrow. We'll see if we're actually, so guys, we're not going to have a stream tomorrow. No stream is planned for tomorrow. I have plans tomorrow evening, so no stream is planned because I'm probably going to have a late night doing, celebrating a friend's birthday party. A birthday, and then we're getting up early on the morning on Saturdays, so probably no live stream tomorrow. But y'all know sometimes it happens. So, okay, thank you. Oh, no. Voorhees, thank you for your donation. So, thank you so much for that. Congratulations. Good night, Brad. Man, I so wanted Odin's copy of Debbie Does Dallas. I'm sorry to disappoint you, man. I don't have that, so that would not have been an option. Sammy B says he will trick us. Honestly, I don't think tomorrow will be a night because I do not only have to stay up I do not only have to do something late, but also I have to do something after as well. Brad Noble for the next win. The day that Brad wins is the day that everything just goes to hell. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for me tonight. Y'all are awesome. I'm going to stay in the chat for a little bit, for like a minute or two as the stream wraps up. So thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all are amazing. I love you guys so much. Null says, thanks for the stream. Glad to know you because of your Geeks and Gamers video. And thanks for despecializing Star Wars info. We'll come back for that. Yes, please do, Null, because I would love to give away more copies because it is the best version of Star Wars out there. R2 says, good night from the Philippines. R2, thank you for joining us from the Philippines. Thank you. Tina says, he said, probably next stream, I need to do my hair one evening. Tina, do your hair tomorrow. Do your hair tomorrow. That would be the perfect night for it. Good night, Star Wars. Good night, Mr. Pete. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all amazing. Have a great night. And as always, God bless. Love you guys.